Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Bring your family, bring your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you're at the game. The good times roll. Hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Here at the Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
Another gorgeous evening for baseball. Our 8-game homestand, now halfway over, moves into segment 2. And the going doesn't get any easier for the Kernels after winning the first game against Eastern Division leading South Bend to kick off the homestand Friday night. South Bend won the next 3 to remain in first place in the East. Now the Kernels are going to be tangling with the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. They're 30-21, 9 games over 500, and they're embroiled in quite a tussle that may go down to the wire in the first half. Clinton is a game out. Swing of the Quad Cities a game and a half back of the first place Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Scott Unash will be alongside this evening. Great to have Scott back in the booth with us. Up next on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, our first chance to hook up with Colonel right fielder Warner Madrigal. We'll have Warner step to the plate with us in just a moment. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications Triple Play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
The 8-game homestand continues as we welcome in the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And our guest on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show is Colonel right fielder Warner Madrigal. And we're going to have some help from Freddy Sandoval if Warner needs a little help with our questions in English and his answers in English or Spanish. First of all, Warner, I wanted to ask you, you've been hitting the ball the other way very well recently, and I wondered if you've been working on hitting to right field with Justin Bachman or if that is coming on your own.
Está preguntando que si se está bateando muy bien para la banda contraria, que si está trabajando con Justin Bachman o que I'm working Justin Bachman every day.
On hitting the ball the other way, Warner?
Yeah.
Is it something that comes natural to him, Freddie, or has he always been a pull hitter?
Que si es algo que te sale natural a ti darle para la otra banda o que si te gusta jalar la bola más. Natural. This feels more comfortable and natural.
And he's doing very well with his English. We're with Warner Madrigal, Colonel right fielder, and Freddy Sandoval, our third baseman, is helping us if we need it, and we're glad that Freddy's alongside. Warner, undoubtedly, you have one of the strongest arms in the Los Angeles Angels system. We thought it'd be fun for you to attack this question. Have you ever tried standing at home plate, Warner, and throwing the baseball all the way out of the stadium over the center field wall?
Dice que indudablemente tienes uno de los mejores brazos de la organización. Que si alguna vez te has parado en el home plate y tratar de sacar la pelota por el center field. No.
Would he ever be tempted to do that, or if the Angels found out, would they fine him?
Que si te gustaría intentarlo alguna vez o que si te multarían si lo haces o qué. Lo he querido intentar, pero me han dicho que no lo haga. Yeah, he said he's tried to do it, but they have told him not to do it, just to prevent any injuries.
Warner Madrigal's with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show as we prepare to open a 4-game series with the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Warner, last year you were out most of the season with a very serious injury, a broken hamate bone, a bone in your hand, and we wondered what you did while you had to keep your hand in a cast Did you lift weights? Did you run? Were you allowed to throw? Or what did you do while your hand had to be immobilized?
Si el año pasado te rompiste la mano, el hueso de la mano, y que estuviste afuera toda la temporada, ¿qué es lo que estuviste haciendo para rehabilitarte? Me mantenía corriendo en Arizona todos los días y throw. So he was running and lifting weights every day in Arizona and keeping his arm in shape, just throwing.
That brings me to my next question, Warner and Freddie. Some Latin players love lifting weights. Others didn't grow up in a weightlifting culture, and they just despise. They don't like lifting weights. Does Warner see a value in lifting weights, or does his strength come just from his natural genetics?
Dice que a muchos latinos no les gusta levantar pesas, que si a ti te gusta levantar pesas o si es por tu genética, que si naciste con fuerza natural. Natural, así, a natural power. Yeah, he's got a lot of natural strength, and he lifts, but not as much as probably he should. But
okay.
He knows he's got a lot of natural strength.
Our guest is Warner Madrigal, Colonel hot-hitting right fielder on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Third baseman Freddy Sandoval is helping us so that Warner can entertain and answer these questions. And we're going to wrap things up with the Colonel right fielder in just a moment here on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show in the Zone.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's.
Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's.
Better call Papa.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
Warner Madrigal with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. And Warner, you wear number 24. We wondered if that's because Willie Mays or Manny Ramirez wore that number. How did you pick number 24?
Dice que tú usas el número 24, que se han dado cuenta que Manny Ramírez y Willie Mays también usaron el número 24. ¿Cuál es tu razón para usarlo? Que es mi favorite number,
Yeah, I think he said it's his favorite number, but not because of Willie Mays or Manny Ramirez. It's just his favorite number.
Yeah, it's my favorite number.
Warner, your English has really improved since last year, and I wondered, in your own words, could you tell us how you have gotten better at English? Is it through English classes? Is it by watching television? Is it by speaking to some of the Spanish guys practicing your English?
Yeah, I'm practicing my English every day, watching the TV, and taught somebody English. My friend,
it's really
every day.
You sure are. Now, with your host family, do you speak English or Spanish with your host family?
Sometimes speak Spanish. Only speak English, my family.
Well, Warner, finally wanted to ask you about your family back in the Dominican Republic. Do both your mother and father work?
My father got work, my mother no.
What does your dad do, Warner?
He got a fishing store.
Oh, he has a fishing store.
Yeah.
Does he sell boats and nets and bait?
Que si él vende pescado y barcos y todo eso, puro pescado. Yate de pesca y vende los pescados. He sells fish. He sells and he catches the fish and then sells it.
Do you ever get tired of eating fish, or do you like it?
Que si te cansas de comer pescado, que si te gusta. I like it every time.
Well, Warner, thank you so much. You are doing such a great job for us. And Freddy Sandoval, thank you. I can tell that Warner is ready to do the next interview perfectly on his own, but I'm very grateful to you, Freddy, for being at Warner's disposal here.
No problem. Anytime I'll do anything like that.
Thanks, Warner Madrigal. A $5 gift certificate for you to redeem at any of our Zio Giano's Italian spaghetti houses. Pasta that will make you not only smile like you are, but it'll make you sing. Freddy Sandoval, likewise, we have a $5 gift certificate that you can use at any of our Zio Giano's Italian spaghetti houses. Warner, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Freddy Sandoval, thank you.
Thank you, John. Anytime.
Great to have Warner Madrigal with us with Freddy's help on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Iowa's three-time Sportscaster of the Year, the Zone's Programming Director, Scott Unash, and myself will be back in just a minute with the series opening starting lineups. Kernels in Wisconsin, this has been the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show in the Zone.
For the 7th consecutive year, Toyota Financial Services is encouraging elementary students throughout our community to read this summer. Toyota Financial Services believes that inspiring children to read brings families together, fosters imagination, and enhances knowledge. The Gazette shares Toyota Financial Services' belief in the value of reading. That's why they've teamed up to recognize and reward this summer's readers for their fabulous accomplishments. Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, proud to stand with our community's children to enrich their lives.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
Lovely night for baseball, our last 6:30 start of the spring and the last day of May. The Kernels hope to kick it off with a boom and knock off the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, who are 7-3 in their last 10 games. They have forged ahead of the field in the Western Division first half standings. Welcome to Kernel Baseball in the Zone. I'm your play-by-play host, John Rogers. Great to have three-time Iowa Sportscaster of the Year and the Zone's Programming Director, Scott Unash, with us this evening. Scott will be along in just a moment with the starting lineups, the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, and we'll hear all about his trip to Indianapolis 500 and Donica Mania at the greatest spectacle in racing. First, though, let's set the starting lineup for the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. They're 30-21. On the road, they are 14-10. Their skipper is their former hitting coach, Scott Steinman, and they'll lead it off with Asdrúbal Cabrera at second base. He's fourth in the league with a .338 average, is Asdrúbal Cabrera, the second baseman. Josh Womack, a high draft pick with a sweet left-handed swing, is batting second for the visitors. He's in center field. The catcher's batting .324, ninth in the league in hitting, Rob Johnson. Rob Johnson bats third behind the plate for the first-place Timber Rattlers. Batting cleanup in right field is Mike Wilson. Matt Tuiasosopo is the shortstop. He'll bat fifth. If that name sounds familiar, yes, he's the younger brother of Oakland Raider quarterback. Scott, what's his first name, the quarterback?
Oh, I know his dad was Manu.
Yes, his dad played in the NFL. Matt Tuiasosopo, a high draft pick by the Seattle Mariners, is the shortstop batting fifth. Marcus Tuiasosopo, a quarterback with the Oakland Raiders. Marshall Hubbard will bat sixth for the Timber Rattlers. He's at first base. Batting seventh at third base, he's from Formosa. That's what we called it when I was in grade school. It's now called Taiwan or Chinese Taipei, I believe. Young Chi Chen. Whatever you call it, it's a free nation compared to communist China. Young Chi Chen is at third, batting seventh. Brandon Green, the designated hitter, bats eighth for the visitors, and batting ninth for Wisconsin is Sebastian Boucher. He's from Quebec, Canada. Boucher in left field. Pitching for Wisconsin is a 20-year-old right-hander, a Mariner 19th round pick in 2003, out of Springville High School in the great state of Utah, Aaron Jensen. Aaron's 20 years old. He's won 3, lost 4. His ERA 4.02. And he won Thursday in a Wisconsin sweep of the Kane County Cougars at Philip Elstrom Stadium in suburban Chicago. Aaron Jensen was a 5-3 winner, posting his third win of the season against 4 losses. Well, that's how the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers will line up for the series opener. Allen Motor Company is always proud to present the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Allen's is celebrating their 102nd year in business in our community with their 102nd birthday bash sale. Their gift to you is a fabulous gift. Buy or lease now during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash, and your first year's maintenance is on Allen's. 2005 GMC Sierra regular cab two-wheel drive, the best-selling GMC work truck in America, is Allen's birthday bash sale priced at just $299 a month on a lease. Allen's is open this evening. What a great evening it would be to drive out to their fabulous campus, I-380 and Boyston Road, exit 25.
They're acknowledging you, John.
When anybody hears their name, they stop dead, don't they, Scott? They try to check the ego in at the door, but that was very nice of the kids from Truman and Hoover to acknowledge our reading program. With the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup for this series opener, here's my good friend and sportscaster of the year in Iowa, Scott Unash.
John, good to be back at the ballpark after a little bit of a hiatus, and hopefully we can bring some luck here to the Kernel Ball Club tonight. Here's your starting lineup for Bobby Magallanes and the Kernels. It'll be Alexi Casilla, the leadoff man. He'll be at second base. Sean Rodriguez will hit second, and Sean will be the shortstop. Freddy Sandoval will bat third and be at third base. Batting fourth in left field for the Kernels with a .315 average will be Aaron Peel. Michael Collins will be at first base tonight, and Collins will hit fifth. Our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest, Warner Madrigal, will be in right field tonight, and he'll hit sixth. Tommy Duenas will be the catcher, and he will hit seventh. The DH tonight in batting eighth will be Jordan Renz, and batting ninth in center field for the Kernels will be Richard Giannotti. It's Casilla, Rodriguez, Sandoval, Peel, Collins, Madrigal, Duenas, Renz, and Giannotti for the Kernels. And on the mound for Cedar Rapids, he was the opening day starter way back in April, Francisco Rodriguez. Francisco 1-3 on the year with a 5.17 ERA. Good numbers, though. 47 innings pitched, has given up only 48 hits, has struck out 14, walked 17, and has thrown one complete game. Last time out, he had a no decision in a 8-6 Kernel loss last Thursday at Pullman Field in Beloit. So those are your Kernels Allen Motor Company starting lineup.
Scott, it's great to have you back. We're going to celebrate two school nights this evening, Hoover and Truman, and they'll have 6 Randy's red carpet welcome kids go out to toss out the ceremonial first pitches. And, boy, you're right about Francisco Rodriguez Jr., 1-3. His last win was over a month and a half ago, April 13th, but 47 innings pitched, Scott, and he's only given up 48 hits. He's fanned 48 men in 47 innings. Hard to believe his ERA is 5.17, but you know what's hurt him is the same thing that has plagued the entire Kernel starting staff this season, one big inning.
One big inning, and it seems like whenever folks get on, they score against Francisco Rodriguez. For the most part, 3/4 of the time he's been out there this year, he's been a very effective pitcher, and hopefully he'll come through tonight against a team that's really red hot. And Bob and I were talking about it this afternoon on the show that for the first half, Kernels are going to have a big say in who comes away with probably the first half championship, because it's a 3-team race right now between Wisconsin, the swing of the Quad Cities, and suddenly Clinton's come down to earth a little bit.
They had the Texas Rangers promote several of their hot stars on the mound and at the plate. Scott, we were doing some talking with the play-by-play voice of the Timber Rattlers, Chris Maring. He agrees with you and Bob that we are in a stretch now of 16 straight games that we'll be playing the division leaders. South Bend took 3 or 4 from us. Now we're starting 4 with Wisconsin. Then it's 2 South Bend for 4. Then up to Appleton for 4 more with Wisconsin. So, yes, we will have a huge say, not only who wins our division, the West, but the East as well.
Oh, definitely. And, well, it's kind of a major league schedule. That's the first time I can remember, really, in the Midwest League this year, that you usually see that in the majors, that you play a team at home, you go on the road to face it probably within the next week or week and a half, and that's what we have right here. So they're grooming the kids early, getting ready for the next level. Huh?
That must be it. Well, let's introduce our Anderson and Brown Eye Care umpiring crew for this series. Sean Francis will be behind the plate, and on the diamond, Mike Weinstein. Anderson and Brown Eye Care, they're the official eye care provider of the Kernels, and they have moved to their new location. Tomorrow, you can visit them at their new location on Boyston Road, just west of I-380. Now the parade, the cavalcade of honorary first pitch kids. And Scott, you can relate to this. You've got 2 super young boys at Viola Gibson, and what a thrill for these girls and boys tonight from Hoover and Truman, not only taking the field as the Cost Cutters Dream Team members, but now some of them get to throw out that pitch that they'll remember for a lifetime.
That's right, and and a left-hander to boot, too. So, and he got it to home plate. Not too bad for that youngster.
Now a little fella kind of froze on the mound, so one of our pep squad members is going to talk to him about what a first pitch entails. He's a fella, little guy in a tie-dye shirt, a rainbow tie-dye. Hey!
Look at that!
A little girl really heaved one in, and she is just thrilled to be out there. Scott, speaking of thrills, you just got back from Indianapolis. I'm sure our regular listeners that catch you every afternoon on the 19th hole in the zone heard you talk about the experience this year. The national media is still abuzz, not so much about an Englishman winning, but about a 23-year-old female setting the racing world on its ear.
Oh, definitely. And, yeah, a few of us that were there over the weekend recall it was all Danica all the time. And, yeah, it was such a good race, plus the fact that there were so many different aspects to it. You had Danica doing as well as she did. You had her spinning. You had her stalling the car, coming back from all that stuff, and still coming away with a fourth-place finish. Michael Andretti finally getting to go to victory lane anyway, not as a driver, but as a car owner. Dan Weldon, the first Englishman to win in 39 years. So there were so many different aspects. And just reading today, different people's opinions about it around the country. And, they're looking back. In fact, Kurt Caven, who does a great job with the Indianapolis Star, said he will look back at that day as the day that IRL kind of came alive. Maybe you look back in 20, 25 years from now, if the one person can put something on the map, it may be Danica Patrick.
That would be quite a revolutionary change because, Scott, when I was growing up, stock car racing fans were a very small minority in the racing world, and they were considered kind of beer-drinking, hard-nosed rednecks, and now the average American is a NASCAR fan. So you're thinking that the IRL could be back at a premier?
Yeah, it'll never be higher than NASCAR, certainly, but it's going to be up there, closer to it. We'll talk about the ratings coming up in a little bit, but I think we're getting ready for the national anthem.
Yes, we are. A welcoming message from Wendy's. The Cost Cutters Dream Team kids from Hoover and Truman Elementary are on the diamond getting their Cost Cutters soft toss baseballs signed. And now let's pause for the introduction of our national anthem singer.
Please join the singing of the national anthem. It is being performed this evening by Jeff Wright. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight fast gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
The Kernels close out the month of May with the first of 4 against the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. It's a gorgeous night for baseball, and Scott Unash and I will be back with this evening's action in just 1 minute here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
It's my pleasure to turn over the reins for the first two innings to a fellow we've missed a little bit around here. Scott, it's been a busy spring for your boys at Viola Gibson, but welcome back and thanks for being with us.
Yeah, school's almost out. Most of them, seniors have graduated. Elementary schools around, along with middle schools and high schools will be getting out later this week. If not, then Monday half day. So that's snow. They love the snow days in January. They hate them in June, and I told them that.
But kids can't think that far ahead.
No, they live day to day. But boy, you and I know. Francisco Rodriguez on the mound for the Kernels. Right-hander taking his warm-up tosses with Tommy Duenas. And beautiful night for baseball. 76 degrees outside, John. We may have turned the corner as far as weather is concerned. We certainly hope so.
I think summer is here. Perfect evening for baseball, and let's hope the Kernels can play the role of spoiler here the last 2.5 weeks of the first half, and in spoiling some things, gain some confidence for the second half.
Oh, and I think that's the name of the game right now. More than likely, although the Kernels are not mathematically eliminated for the first half race, but it's going to take 15-4, 16-3, and a lot of help to get things taken care of. So we are just about ready to get underway. As I mentioned, 76 degrees. Wind was whipping pretty good, but has actually slowed down a little bit. And the first pitch from the right-hander, Rodriguez, is slap foul the left side and out of play by Asdrúbal Cabrera. And Cabrera, Puerto Rican, played with the Everett Aqua Sox last year.
That's a great name.
That is one of the more colorful names in minor league baseball. Swings in again, lifts one foul and late and off to the left, and it's quickly 0-2 from Francisco Rodriguez. Right-hander, doesn't throw super hard. He's got to spot the pitches. And one thing about Francisco, John, he will not take much time.
No, 8 seconds between deliveries.
Here's the 0-2 and a little blooper into short center. Coming on and making the running catch is Richard Giannotti. Had him played very nicely. And one out here in the top of the first.
Got Richard picking up where we left off yesterday. He made 8 putouts in center field yesterday.
That's got to be close to a record. At least a Kernel record.
He said, John, they ran me all over the yard. I saw him before the game, and he said, I'm still huffing and puffing.
Lost 3 pounds. Now they shift over to the left for the left-handed hitting Josh Womack. He takes a look at a pitch at the knees for a strike. Womack, the center fielder, a .266 hitter, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. This is a good hitting team from Wisconsin. .273 for the year. Pitch inside and low for a ball. And Johnny put down here in big letters, .297 on the road for the Timber Rattlers. They can really shake the sticks at you. Here's a bunt attempt, pulling it back and taking up high is Womack, and it's now 2-1. Wisconsin took over the lead in the Western Division, and they were really mired about 4 weeks ago. Here's a high fly ball to right center. Coming over Warner Madrigal, he's got a beat on it, puts it away. In the alley in right center, quickly 2 out.
Yeah, it's been a topsy-turvy first half in the West. Clinton almost ran away and hid before the Texas Rangers promoted some of their better players. The swing of the Quad Cities was hovering around 500 with us a month ago. They've emerged as a true contender, and Wisconsin has won 7 out of 10.
There hasn't been that dominant team. Clinton could have been, I think.
Until the promotion.
Yeah, and you know, we've gone through that many times ourselves. Here's Rob Johnson, high and tight to Rob. The catcher, a .324 hitter. That's ninth in the league. In fact, Cabrera was fourth in the league at hitting at .338. 7 home runs, 32 driven in, which is fourth in the Midwest League. Fastball, a couple of them inside. You can see the scouting report earlier, I think, on pitching to Rob Johnson.
Jamming.
Slightly open stance for the right-handed batter, and he hits the 2-0 pitch down the line at third and into the left field corner. It got by Sandoval. Ricochets off the tarp, and on his way to second with a stand-up double is Rob Johnson. So a 2-out hit here in the top half of the first inning. That's a tough play for Freddy Sandoval behind the bag right there, John.
It was, because he had to go to his right, and took a high hop, then an in-between hop, and skipped past Freddie. Aaron Peel had a little bit of trouble reading the carom off the tarp, but it wouldn't have mattered. Rob Johnson cruised into second with a stand-up double with 2 out here in the first.
That is his 12th double of the year. So Rodriguez with the man on will pitch to the right fielder, Mike Wilson. .251 hitter. Wilson taps one foul toward the Wisconsin dugout.
This is a guy, Scott, that won't be cheated on his swings.
No, big man, Mike Wilson, 6'2", 215, and he looks bigger than that, both height-wise and weight-wise. Right-handed hitter, slightly close stance. The pitch, he is grounded to third. Sandoval off a big hop. Will pick it up and throw across the diamond for the out. So Wilson picks on the second pitch and grounds it to Sandoval to end the top of the first inning. No runs, a hit. No errors, and the Timber Rattlers leave a man on. We're through one half inning of play here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's Wisconsin nothing. Kernels coming to bat as you're listening to Kernel Baseball right here in the Zone.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late for lunch, but I have a good reason.
Let me guess. New purse, new shoes. Hey, new haircut.
Yeah, I had a change of heart with my hairstyle and stopped by Cost Cutters.
Oh.
So, what you think?
I think it looks great.
I love the color and the layers.
Yeah, I like it and all, but I'm sure you'll change it next week.
Hey, my hair is always a struggle. One minute I love it, the next I'm ready for a whole new hair color. Cost Cutters is the only salon that can keep up with my changing styles.
Ooh, remember when you had it short and spiky?
Or when it was shoulder length and red.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
No, I should try shoulder length in red.
Chris?
Yes.
All I know is that Cost Cutters is the only salon for me.
And me.
Ditto.
Hey, gang, for once we all agree.
Yeah.
Make your neighborhood Cost Cutters the only salon for you and your style. Cost Cutters, just your style. Cost Cutters is proud to support Eastern Iowa's most wholesome, affordable family entertainment, Cedar Rapids Kernels Baseball.
Well, I'll tell you, there was nothing like seeing Touchdown Jesus looking down on the stadium, right?
You know, walking through the tunnel in the Coliseum is something you never forget playing for USC, especially against a team like
the roar of the crowd when you enter the horseshoe for the first time is something I'll never forget.
Mike Golick,
Sean Salisbury,
Kirk Herbstreit,
defensive end,
quarterback,
Notre Dame, class of 85,
Southern Cal, 1986,
Ohio State, 1992.
Now, they're all on our team. The College Football Experience on ESPN Radio.
No score, bottom of the first. Scott Udash, John Rogers with you here at Veterans Memorial Stadium tonight. As it'll be right-hander Aaron Jensen on the mound for the Seattle Mariners farmhand. He's a right-hander out of Utah. Springville High School. No, that's not up the road on 151. Springville High School, Springville, Utah. 20-year-old. Just about 21. He'll celebrate a birthday on June the 11th. Last year, 7-4 with a high 5.29 ERA for Everett. And he started 16 games for the Aqua Sox. Pitched 8 innings, gave up 90 hits, and he starts off Alexi Casilla inside for ball one. Casilla 259 with 3 RBIs on the year. Left-handed hitter in the box right now. And he takes a pitch low, and it's 2-0.
Alexi made a game of it yesterday with a 2-out opposite field 2-run double. It cut the lead for South Bend to 6-4. That was the final score.
And he takes a let up for a strike. He's been pretty hot as of late. 8 out of 18 in that just completed series with the Silverhawks. Casilla with the 2-1, slaps it to the shortstop's left and into center field for a base hit. He tommyhawked that one, John.
Got it up in his wheelhouse and knew what to do with it. Scott, you mentioned that it's both a sad and happy day when a promotion happens, and that's exactly the feeling Bill Edwards had. Bill Edwards, with his 5-1 record, would have headed to the All-Star game, I'm sure, as a Colonel, but he's now a Rancho Cucamonga Quake, and he's been replaced on the Colonel roster by former Anaheim Angel first-round draft pick Joe Torres. Will be joining us later this evening.
Joe on his way in here. So Casilla on at first with 8 stolen bases. Got a good lead, not going. And a pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike to Sean Rodriguez. Sean, 253 hitter, 2 home runs, and 11 driven in for the Colonel. Do everything. Shortstop / center fielder. Throw to first, and Casilla back in.
Boy, those kids from Truman and Hoover are soaking in the sun, Scott, in the Papa John's Plaza down the right field line.
And they have the best seats here. Casilla on point, gets back. A little closer play this time as the throw goes over to the first baseman, Marshall Hubbard. Good right side of the infield with Cabrera with only 1 error at second base, Hubbard with only 2 errors for the Timber Rattlers. Another throw to first. This time Casilla slides in. You don't see that very often. A slide in the first the regular way. Jensen from the high set. Right-hander takes his time and delivers to the plate. An overhand curve. Ooh, late call. Outside corner for a strike, and quickly 0-2 to Sean Rodriguez.
Sean steps out, takes a quick look down towards third. No signs being flashed by Colonel manager Bobby Magallanes. Sebastian Boucher from Quebec, Canada, playing extremely deep in left field.
Yes, he is. This is a good defensive team. Runner not going, and the 0-2 is up high.
Yeah, Scott, they've only made 59 errors, have the Timber Rattlers, in 51 games. We've made 77 errors in 51 games.
Just as a comparison. Casilla on at first. He slaps a single up the middle to start things off. No score here in the bottom half of the first inning. Draws another throw, and he's back in. This time on the belly. Kernels, 20-31 overall. Wisconsin, almost opposite, 30-21 overall. And Rodriguez swings and misses for the strikeout, and out number 1. That'll bring up Freddy Sandoval, John's standby interpreter.
Freddy did a wonderful job. It was a mixture of Warner Madrigal understanding most of our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show questions, and the ones he needed help over the hump with there was Freddy. Warner's really come a long way with his English.
Oh, he really has.
And he's very proud of it. He should be.
He should be. Freddy Sandoval, 1 home run, 27 driven in, a 262 hitter from the left side. Another throw to first, and Jensen keeping a very keen eye on Casilla. Wouldn't be surprised to see Alexi go here.
He's 8 for 10 in stolen base attempts.
Another good lead. Jensen takes his time. There goes the runner. Fake bunt, throw down to second base, and save is Casilla. The throw, John, was on the right field side of the bag. Casilla did not actually slide on that play, which was a good thing.
It was.
Because if he would have slid, I think he would have been tagged out. He actually stayed on his feet, John, and went to the inside part of the bag on the left field side.
Without going out of the baseline, and the shortstop, Matt Tuiasosopo, had to, as you said, Scott, go to the right of the bag and miss the tag.
I'm sure Tuiasosopo has caught a lot of footballs or baseballs in his career from his brother. So that wasn't a problem. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Freddy Sandoval. Trying to give the Kernels the lead. Outfield pretty deep and swung around to the left, playing Sandoval to go the opposite way. Aaron Peel on deck for the Kernels. Short lead by Casilla, and the pitch rides high with a let-up, and it's 2-1.
Scott, what's the name of the country where Vi Sikahima came from and started the influx of, is it Fiji?
Fiji. Yep. The same home country as Vijay Singh, the terrific golfer. The 2-1. Curve in the dirt. Johnson knocks it down. Casilla started to go to third and then got the better of it. Hustled back to second.
He's going to have his uniform all caked in dirt before the end of the first inning. Alexi's been... I love to see a guy who can cause the other side, put the jitters in the other team. Lou Brock was the best at it I ever saw. My dad used to chuckle and laugh, not at Lou Brock, but at the opposition. My dad always said, Lou Brock will drive that other team crazy.
Well, that is exactly what you're supposed to do on the base pass. And not enough youngsters do that. It's more of a hitter's game now. Maybe we're getting back to that. Who knows? The 3-1 instead, a little twirl to second. No balk. Although we'll hear a few people yell it out.
Our fans are more educated than most, though.
Absolutely. 1 out, 1 on. No score here in the bottom half of the first inning. Sandoval in there from the left side. The 3-1. Slapped on the ground. Third baseman takes a wicked hop on him. Gets by Young Chi Chen, and advancing to third is Alexi Casilla. Safe at first. Freddy Sandoval. We'll have to wait and see how that'll be scored.
That's got to be a bad hop single.
I got to think so.
Yeah, that no way could Young Chi Chen from Taiwan adjust to that bad hop. It either hit the lip of the grass where it meets the dirt, or it hit a pebble.
That, you know, in all honesty, John, not being a homer or anything, and it will be ruled a hit, that's the first kind of bad hop I've seen all year out here.
You're right. Jesse Rader and his grounds crew do such a fabulous job, and this field gets used an awful lot when we're out of town.
Aaron Peel, the cleanup man, takes a look at a fastball for a strike. 315, 6 home runs, 22 driven in, both of those second on the team in those categories. First and third, 1 out, no score. Here's a curve, and it gets away from Johnson. Here's Casilla steaming home, and he will slide in safely. Looked like the catcher may have been crossed up right there, John, or just flat out missed it.
He had to have been crossed up because I thought the pitch hit Peel or hit Peel's bat. It ran in on Aaron, and I was as surprised as anybody to see Casilla light out for home and down to second, alertly Freddy Sandoval. I missed the announcement by our official scorer whether that's a pass ball or wild pitch.
We'll have to check in with Asdrúbal between innings. Check that out. Runner on at second in scoring position. 1-0 Kernels, and a swing and a miss by Peel. Boy, John, good to say Kernels out in front because that's also been a bugaboo this year. We've been getting behind a lot.
Hard to play catch-up every single night, and that puts your pitching staff under a great deal of strain as well. They think they have to make perfect pitches.
Here's a broken bat, little number back to the pitcher. Kind of a sawed-off line drive, if you will, and Peel is the second out. That bat didn't give its life on a good hit.
I was going to say, Scott, that's probably the ultimate definition of getting jammed and having your fist, your sawing your bat off right on your fist.
I'll bring up Michael Collins for the Kernels. The right-handed hitter of Australia, 6'3", 210-pounder. 286 hitter, 4 home runs. He's driven in 22. 1-0 Kernels. On at second base is Sandoval. Here's the delivery, and there's a strike called at the knee. Jensen doesn't throw real fast. Tops out about 88, 89 miles per hour. He was a Northwest League All-Star last year for the Everett Aqua Sox, despite that 7-4, 5.29 ERA. Look to second, long look, and now the 0-1. A curve skied in the air to short center. Tuiasosopo going back. He's going to call off the second baseman, and he one-hands it behind the bag at second in the outfield grass for the final out of the first inning. Kernels get a run, though. They come up with 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and the Kernels leave a man on. Through 1, Kernels 1, Wisconsin 0. You're listening to Cedar Rapids Kernels baseball right here in the zone.
What should you do with your glass bottles and jars once they're empty? Recycle them, of course. After rinsing the containers out, put the lids in your blue recycling box. Then separate your clear glass from your colored glass and place them in a separate plastic container. Set your glass beside your blue recycling box for curbside collection. City crews will empty the containers and leave your buckets at the curb. Remember to help the earth by putting glass in the recycling and not in the garbage.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Barry Bonds told a federal grand jury he used a clear substance and a cream. 2 prosecutors also presented Bonds with documents that allegedly detailed his use of a long list of other drugs. He denies those. Bonds said, as far as he knew, his trainer had given him flaxseed oil. All right, if you still believe Bonds, then you must think he is the dumbest professional athlete in pro sports. Because Barry Bonds, as he begins to rocket 600-foot home runs, as he approaches 40, as he becomes the toughest out in the history of Major League Baseball. It's all because of, quote, flaxseed oil. We looked it up. The dictionary defines as an ancient herb that heals. The only herb I know that heals is that guy Herb Schwartz who works the spot Caesars.
Don't be left out of the herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
We welcome you back to Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's a 1-0 Colonel lead as we head to the top of the second. Francisco Rodriguez, who gave up a 2-out double to catch Rob Johnson in the first, but wiggled his way out of it, back to the mound. And now all of a sudden we have
something's wrong with the mound, Scott. Let's get the field glasses on it. Fernando Rodriguez Jr. and Freddy Sandoval are pawing away with their spikes at the red clay. And I don't know if they found a foreign object lodged in the spot where the right-hander plants his front foot or what the situation is. Kernan Ronan is out there. So is Colonel Manager Bobby Magianis. Sean Francis looking all over for the grounds crew. Kernan Ronan, everybody points up here, and we have no idea where the grounds crew is. We're going to have Dale Brote have to announce that we need the grounds crew out on the pitching mound. They're all looking up here, and the grounds crew is down the right field line, so hopefully someone can get on a walkie-talkie and send Jesse Rader and his crack grounds crew out to the mound. Well, Scott,
not exactly sure what...
I can't tell with the binoculars either.
The situation is they're pawing at where the landing spot is for the pitcher.
Still no sign of Jesse Rader, the Colonel groundskeeper apparently unaware, and
they're summoning him.
Yeah, Kernan Ronan looking up here with his arms outstretched saying, where is the grounds crew? And they'll just have to be patient. Everyone looking up here to the press box, and the grounds crew does not stay up here in the press box. We're looking around and still no sign of them. We just need to tip them off about the situation. And I'm sure our Director of Stadium Operations, Seth Dorn, will alert the grounds crew that they need to somehow get out to that mound quickly and come to the aid of Fernando Rodriguez Jr. Well, Scott, a little bit more about the Indianapolis 500. My grandfather, Brown, used to love going to the Indy 500 back in the 50s. And when you go, where do you sit?
Oh, various places. Now, we had terrific seats for the last couple of years. One of the Fairborn members out of Hawkeye Downs had 4 tickets. Both years he was not using them, so we purchased those tickets.
Paul Draper?
Wasn't Paul.
Okay.
Another one. Paul goes. He's got tickets as well. And so we've taken advantage of those over the years and other tickets that we've acquired and had a very good time. And now it's getting back, before we talk about that, the official score here, Al Gruwell, tonight gave us a little explanation on exactly what is happening out there. Aaron Jensen was pawing away and really kicking at the mound out there.
Okay, so he may have...
He messed up. He got his area groomed the way he liked it, and now that was directly opposite of the way that Francisco Rodriguez apparently likes it. And I think they maybe needed a little bit of grooming with Jesse Rader out there, or...
I don't think Jesse added any filler at all.
I don't think he did either. Just not sure what happened, to tell you the truth.
Well, let's see if...
No, wait a minute. We got some...
Okay, here's Bud coming out of the right field corner. And it looks like they're going to put some red clay down. Now, wait a minute.
Well, I thought Francisco Rodriguez said everything was okay.
Okay.
Now they're backing up. So the great... the mound gate, if you will, on the day that Watergate was taken care of. Yeah, and isn't it funny how things just all tie together? It's just terrific. We're ready for baseball. Number 5 hitter, Matt Tuiasosopo, takes a look at a strike. A little cutter on the outside corner, and 309 hitter, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs, just a terrific athlete. If you follow sports, you know all about his family. There's a slider for a strike, although Matt didn't think so. Of course, his brother, Marcus, quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. His dad, Manu, a defensive player in the NFL as well. The 0-2 kicks away from Tommy Duenas, and a nice blocker save hockey term there by Marshall Hubbard on the on-deck circle. So we've gotten Watergate in, and we've gotten a hockey term in before one out was made here in the top of the second, John.
I knew your return would make a splash, Scott.
Another pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Tuiasosopo, interesting, John, that he was drafted by Seattle because he's a resident of Bellevue, Washington. Grew up there. The 2-2 swung on and fouled to our right. You hear it smack above the sweep.
Mariner ownership had to open their vault pretty deep to create a fortune for this fella to keep him away from the college ranks.
And keep him off the football field. He was, like his brother, a high school All-American quarterback. Takes a peek inside of the pitch and rides in for a ball, and it's 3-2. Manu played with the Seattle Seahawks. His brother Marcus played quarterback for the Washington Huskies. The payoff pitch to 3-2. Strike 3 called, and Tuiasosopo knew it. Got him with the cutter there again, John. That little slider.
Right at the knees.
Nice pitch that time by Francisco Rodriguez, his first strikeout. That'll bring up Marshall Hubbard, left-handed hitting first baseman. He's having a good year at 279, 5 home runs, and 23 driven in. This whole team can hit. 1-0 Colonel.
Same as what we saw the first 4 games of this homestand, Scott. The leading hitting team in the league, the South Bend Silverhawks, and now the second highest average team in the league, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Strike poured into Hubbard. Big stick from the left-hand side. Big guy, and he fouls it straight back off the plexiglass. Takes a big hop in the air and ends up in the Timber Rattler on deck circle. Quickly 0-2 to Hubbard. Rodriguez getting ahead of people tonight, John.
You do that, and you're going to go 6 or 7 innings.
Would be a bad recipe. Here's the 0-2, and it's flat foul beyond the first base coach. Well, another great crowd at Indianapolis Sunday.
What was the announced crowd?
They never announced it.
Is it over 400,000?
No, it's usually between 250 and 300,000, they estimate, but they never announced the crowd. It's a long-standing tradition.
See, that's why I have to make it there someday. I want to get to an Army-Navy football game, and definitely to Indianapolis.
The 1-2. Low curve just missed. Down low, apparently, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes for Marshall Hubbard.
Do you take earplugs, Scott?
Well, you take earplugs or a headset. 2-2, hit high in the air to right. Warner Madrigal's got a beat on it. Now comes in a few steps and puts it away. That was a mile high. Quickly 2 out, and 3 in a row retired by Francisco Rodriguez. Well, the reason you bring a headset is you need to pay attention to what's going on the racetrack, because you can only see a portion of it.
And also because that big pole that has the number of the car and its position in the race is not visible to the whole crowd, is it?
Oh, no. But they have 19 video boards around the place, so you can see everything. Fastball up high for ball 1, the Young Chi Chen from Taiwan. 269 hitter, 2 home runs, 31 driven in. And he swings and fouls one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. You said Formosa.
I still remember, Scott.
I do too.
4th and 5th grade. It was Formosa, and they were the good guys, and Mao Zedong and the Chinese were the bad guys.
The 1-1, a little broken bat looper beyond the second baseman, going back. Alexi Casilla puts it away. So, beautiful inning by Francisco Rodriguez as he saws off Young Chi Chen and gets him to pop out to Casilla at second base. 1, 2, 3 inning for Wisconsin in the top of the second inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Kernels 1, Timber Rattlers nothing, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball here in the zone.
Okay, we're ready in here, and here comes the music.
If you've been thinking about getting cable television from Mediacom.
If you've been thinking about getting cable television from Mediacom.
Or high-speed internet.
Or high-speed internet.
Wait a minute. Why is she repeating everything I'm saying?
'Cause it's a double offer?
Yeah, you can get Mediacom's digital one-star pack featuring movies and interactive guide music channels and more for just $29.95 a month for a whole year. And get Mediacom online for just $29.95 a month for a whole year.
I know that, but is it really necessary to repeat it?
Hey, gotta get the point across.
Do you want me to say it again?
Why not?
Get MediaCom Digital One-Star Pack for just $29.95 a month for a whole year. And get MediaCom Online for just $29.95 a month for a whole year.
Aha, she forgot something. You can add HBO for just $6 a month for 6 months. And the phone number, 1-877-377-CABLE.
That number again is 1-877-377-CABLE.
I'm out of here.
Must subscribe to both services. Offer for new residential subscribers only. All products may not be available.
Mike in the Morning's Just Shut Up Award is about more than merely pointing out stupidity.
It's about the Bill of Rights and basic cable, call waiting, and free trips to the salad bar. It's about everything that makes this country great.
Yes, it's about freedom. Freedom for people to say something completely moronic.
Shut up!
And it's also about the freedom for you to tell that person to
just shut up.
So exercise that freedom. Tuesday mornings with Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio.
Warner Madrigal leads the team in home runs. The guests, the Johns, on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show will lead things off in the bottom of the second inning, 1-0. Cedar Rapids on top over the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and Madrigal hits a high fly ball to the left, will stay in the park. Boucher coming in and puts it away. First pitch swing, like he does a lot. Warner Madrigal, and he's out number 1.
Warner likes that first pitch. He was 3 for 4 yesterday, but hit that one right below the trademark.
One out quickly. That'll bring up the veteran catcher, Tommy Duenas. Tommy, 214 with 9 driven in. Does have a home run on the year. Tommy will take a little bit of time here. Help out his pitcher, which all good catchers should do. Right-handed hitter. There is a fastball poured in. Inside corner for a strike to Tommy Duenas. Jensen slows it down. He gets guys on, but he goes pretty quickly when the bases are emptied and delivers down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike from Aaron Jensen, the right-hander out of Springville, Utah. He was a 19th round selection in the June 2003 draft, taken by the Mariners. And a pitch fouled back by Duenas. Not sure if Tommy got a piece of that. Apparently he did.
Just nicked his bat on a excuse-me swing.
Tried to check that swing up. Got to be tough right now for the hitters, John. They're in the shade, pitchers in the bright sunlight. About as tough as you can get. Time called, and Jensen taking a little bit too long. Beautiful night for baseball. 2 hot air balloons hovering over Cedar Rapids. Why not? 75, 76 degrees outside. The 1-2. Curveball slapped in the left field for a base hit. Tommy hit it hard between the shortstop and the third baseman. Third hit of the night for the Kernels.
Tommy's average is on the rise, Scott. He's really come alive with the bat the last week or so, and it's nice to see him swinging with some confidence. He sure has worked hard at it. In fact, Duenas had 6 hits in 12 at-bats in 3 starts against South Bend. This is the guy we got to get going.
Yeah, Jordan Wren's only at 148 right now, and takes a look at a strike. And when you're scuffling, you find yourself down in the count just about every time up. 1 for 12 in the series against South Bend. But he'll come around. Right-hand hitter, short lead by Duenas, being held on by Hubbard at first. Here's a vicious liner foul. And there's what else happens when you're not going well.
0-2.
And it seems like every hard hit ball you have goes foul or gets caught.
That's how it was going for Tommy Duenas the first 6 weeks of the season. He's just started to come out of it. Some of those hard hit balls are finding holes.
0-2 quickly to Jordan Wren. Slightly open stance. And the delivery, a line drive to left for a base hit. That 0-2 pitch was left up. Duenas advances to second. That was an 0-2 mistake right there by Aaron Jensen.
Not only that, Scott, but I think commendation to Jordan Wren. Did you notice as he was in the hole 0-2, he shortened his stride, choked the bat a little, and didn't overswing.
He went with the pitch.
Yes.
And that will bring out Brad Holman, the pitching coach for the Timber Rattlers. Scott Steinman is the manager this year. Tommy Cruz, their hitting coach. Brad Holman, the pitching coach. None of those 3 real household names. None were major leaguers.
Marquee matchup, Scott, on the State Farm Major League scoreboard finds your best record in baseball, White Sox hosting our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And what a start for former Colonel Joel Peralta. Jack Raiders kept me posted. Jack must do an awful lot of late-night channel surfing because he's told me about 2 fantastic outings that the former Colonel closer, Joel Peralta, has already put on the board for the Angels.
Yeah, and did get to see the game yesterday when Scott Shields came in the 9th and did give up the lead, unfortunately, but Scott pitched very, very well this year for Anaheim. There I go again.
Well, we've all done it, Scott. It's going to take a lot of reconditioning to refer to them as the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
First and second, Colonels lead 1-0 with 1 out, and the right-hander's pitch is down low to Richard Giannotti. Richard, number 9 hitter, 237 with 5 driven in on the year. Duenas on at second. Back-to-back singles by the Colonels here in the bottom of the second. Jordan Renz not being held on by Marshall Hubbard at first base. Jensen slows it down, takes a look at second, delivers, and going the other way and slapping it foul is Richard Giannotti. Got good wood on it. A little bit late.
I'd like to welcome our great friends and supporters from Toyota Financial Services, a group headed up by Tracy Bennett at Toyota Financial Services, soaking in the sun above the Colonel's first base dugout on the Miller Mezzanine Terrace tonight.
Best seats in the house. Taking advantage of those. First and second, 1 out. Long look to second by Jensen. Now delivers the 1-1. A swing and a foul tip held on to by the catcher, Rob Johnson. And Richards in the hole, 1-2. Crowd still coming into the ballpark. If you're in the vicinity, come on down. And if you're not, come on down.
Meet me at the stadium. Scott and I will be here to greet you.
Short lead at second by Duenas. The 1-2. Here's the line drive. One hopper off the glove of Hubbard behind the bag at first. Rounding third, Duenas still score. Ball goes into the corner. Bobby Magallanes will wave home. Renz, here's the throw. Not in time. Renz slides in safely, and it's 3-0 Colonels as Richard Giannotti will end up all the way around to third base.
That's the 5th double of the year for Richard Giannotti, and Scott, plain and simple, he handcuffed Marshall Hubbard.
Well, and Hubbard's in that bad sight line down there with the sun right now, John. And like you said, he was very much handcuffed by that. It'll be a double, and I believe taking third on the throw was Richard Giannotti. So how about the bottom of the order for the Colonel?
Well, that's a sign of a team that may be starting to climb out of a hole that has plagued us all spring, and that is not being able to string together consecutive hits.
Here's a little tapper foul by Casilla. Alexi singled and scored back in the first inning. Came home on a passed ball to score the first Colonel run.
Infield in for the play at the plate for Wisconsin.
3-0 Colonels with 1 out. Casilla from the left side. Swings and pops one at foul ground left side. Everyone coming over to take a look, but it's going to end up in the grass.
And the scrambles
area.
King of the Hill. Pile on the kid with the ball. Funny, Scott, every one of those kids has a baseball glove, and none of them came up with it on the fly.
No. But one of them came up with it on the hop, and what's that, 250 points. You're playing 500.
We used to play 500 and Indian ball.
Yep. 1 out, infield in. The 0-2. Check swing, quick throw to third, and a great stop at third base. Almost taking off was Giannotti, thought the better of it. Turns and goes back to the bag. Heck of a stop by Young Chi Chen at third. He saved a run.
And Richard Giannotti did a nice job trying to convince Matt Tuiasosopo, the shortstop backing up the throw at third, that he was going to dart towards the plate. What he was hoping, Scott, is that Tuiasosopo would take his eye off the ball and fumble it.
All right, Tuiasosopo is put together. 1 out, the 1-2 to Casilla, backs him off the plate. Alexi now even in the count, 2-2. 3-0 Colonels. Big run, though, at third base, especially with as good a hitting team as Wisconsin has. Here's the 2-2. Little ground ball to second. Off-balance throw to home. Play at the plate. Out at the plate is Giannotti. I think he was safe, John. And here comes Bobby Magallanes. Yeah, I think he got under the tag.
He did. He slid to the back half of the plate, got underneath the tag, and The throw was a good one, an excellent backhanded stop by Asdrúbal Cabrera, and he had a lot of confidence to wing it home. But, yes, Richard was clearly behind the catcher on the backside of the plate and did beat that tag. I'm not saying he beat the throw, Scott, but no. he did elude the tag.
Yes, he did. And the Colonel has given him a warm hand as he comes back to the dugout. Tough break for the Colonels. Hope that does not come back to haunt him. We probably, John, had the best view of the ballpark of that.
Yes.
There's a swing and a foul by Sean Rodriguez, and he's in the hole 0-1. So it remains a 3-0 ball game. Tell you, like you said, Cabrera made a heck of a backhanded play with the infield in, made that play even tougher. That was a one-hop shot to his right.
Well, now we have to see if Alexi can steal second here with 2 out.
8 out of 10 on the year from the high set. Right-hander Jensen, runner not going, and the pitch up high to Rodriguez.
Yeah, Giannotti argued because he purposely slid where he did. He went to the backside of the plate and therefore beat the tag by the catcher, Rob Johnson.
Yeah, Sean Francis, they're learning too, but he missed that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 3-0 Colonels here in the bottom of the second inning. Casilla not going. The pitch, did it hit him? Yeah, it did. Just brushed the shirt of Sean Rodriguez, and he will take off for first. He's fine.
Well, that's the 5th batter that Aaron Jensen, the Wisconsin hurler, has hit, and this is 11th start of the year.
Nothing doing down in the bullpen for Wisconsin yet. 2 on, 2 in, 2 out for Freddy Sandoval. He singled back in the 1-run Colonel's bottom of the first inning. Takes a look at a slider inside for ball 1. We'll have a nice crowd before it's all said and done, I think, tonight, John.
Well, the families, kids, and faculty from Hoover Elementary are really filling up the Papa John's Plaza down the right field line.
You betcha. Aaron Jensen, quick throw to first. They throw behind the runner, and getting back in there safely was Sean Rodriguez. Well, that's a scary play all around, John, because
it's that old daylight play, isn't it?
Absolutely. Plus, you're Sean Rodriguez. You almost have to go in fingers first, and you don't know where that first baseman's going to put those cleats usually. Pitch up high, and it's 2-0 now. Sandoval leading in the count right here. See what he can do. 262 hitter. Now another meeting on the mound. Rob Johnson coming out to talk to Aaron Jensen. And Johnson's already been crossed up once, which cost Wisconsin a run.
They're having a long conversation. Another great matchup as the Cubs playing at the Dodgers, Chavez Ravine, and the great folks from Comcast and WGN pan the crowd at Dodger Stadium, and there are a lot of Cub fans in Hollywood.
Cub fans would tell you there are a lot of Cub fans everywhere, John. The 2-0 upcoming from Aaron Jensen. There's a strike on the corner. Crowd below didn't think so. That'll put it at 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out, 2 on, 3-0 Colonels. Has turned a little overcast here at the ballpark tonight. Johnson sets up inside. We'll see what the pitcher does. He'll whirl and fake throw to second. Well, they're keeping a real close eye on all the Colonel base runners so far tonight.
Colonel's 3rd in the league in stolen bases. Wisconsin's 4th in the league, so both clubs like to run.
We've out-hit Wisconsin 5-1, lead 3-0. Here's a pitch flat foul the other way. And it's 2-2 to Freddy.
Well, Scott, what do your boys say about the concentration level the last week here of school? Are the kids still pretty much serious about learning, or do the teachers let up on the throttle some?
I think you get to the last 3 or 4 days, and especially with the weather the way it is, and you let up on the throttle a little. Here's a 2-2 slap down the left field line, but it's going to curl foul into the picnic area. That'll be full within the next few weeks as the weather turns. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in, 3-0 Kernels. Loses wild here.
Looks like an invasion of army ants on the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion with those kids.
The 2-2. Pitch way upstairs, and count goes full, and now the runners will be off with the pitch here, John.
Man, the right fielder, Mike Wilson, playing way off the line, and Josh Womack playing very shallow and shifted into left center. If Freddie could drive one into the alley, he'd have a 2-run triple.
3 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be Casilla taking off from second. Sean Rodriguez will take off from first. There they go, the 3-2, hit in the air, and that will curl foul. Out of play. The kids scramble again. They're going to be winded by the time this bottom of the second is completed. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Kernels. No runs, a hit, no errors for Wisconsin. In for the first of 4. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock start. There go the runners. The 3-2 ground ball into right field for a base hit. Casilla being waved home. He'll score. On the third, Sean Rodriguez. RBI number 28. That leads the team for Freddy Sandoval, and it's 4-0 Kernels. Great piece of hitting.
How about the 2-out clutch hitting in this inning, Scott? That was a terrific at-bat for Freddy Sandoval. He must have seen 12 pitches from Aaron Jensen.
First and third, 2 out. And Alexi Casilla scored his second run of the ball game. 4-0 Kernels here in the bottom of the second inning. And the Kernels have first and third. Here's a line drive to left and deep. Going back, looking up. This one's gone. Aaron Peel with his 7th home run of the year, a 3-run shot. And the Kernels threatening to make a laugher out of this one early as they put up a touchdown. It's 7-0. There was no doubt about that one.
God, it jumped off his bat.
Yes, it did. RBIs 23, 24, and 25 for the Kernels. No doubt about how hard it was hit, John. It was just a matter if it was going to get up and over the big wall and left.
Would it elevate? And brother did it. Boy, Aaron is swinging a hot bat. I think Todd Brummelkamp, our Director of Media Relations, is going to try to convince the Midwest League that Peel needs to be considered for Midwest League Player of the Month, at least Player of the Week.
Absolutely. 2-0 now to Michael Collins in double-barreled action now in the Timber Rattler bullpen, as Aaron Jensen is getting hit hard. The 2-0. Here's a fly ball to center. Coming in a hurry is Womack on the run, being called off by the right fielder Wilson, and almost a collision. Both outfielders, they were confused by that ball and tricked by it, but Wilson, the right fielder, comes up with it. Kernels bat around in the bottom of the second inning, and they come up with, on my sheet anyway, John, 6 runs. And they do it on 5 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We will head to the top of the third inning. It's the Kernels 7, Wisconsin nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball here in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Honfidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Center Point Road Northeast.
When it comes to fun in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, nothing compares to the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub. As you bask in the soothing comfort of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub, you'll be taking in the action from a breathtaking perch just above the left field wall. Register for your chance to be drawn as the winner of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub by visiting Westdale Mall.
Well, scoreboard has 6-0. John and I are convinced it's 7-0. And the Kernels lead it. That's what we know. It'll be Green, Boucher, and Cabrera coming up for Wisconsin. As the first pitch is knocked foul down the right field line, just beyond the reach of the Kernel first baseman, Michael Collins. And
right now, it's my pleasure to bring in Julia Jansen, John's broadcast intern for the year. Julia, going to take us through the third inning and hope to get some more runs for the good guys, right?
Yes, I will do my best.
Do your best. That's all we can ask for, right? And you checked on the score, right?
I did, and I believe they are correcting it. We have 7 runs.
I like to hear that. So it is 7-0.
There is a ball outside to Brandon Green. His count is 0-2. Brandon.
They fixed the scoreboard.
Good. My efforts were worth it then. Next pitch, ball outside. It's a 2-2 count. It got away from Tommy Duenas. Brandon Green is only hitting a 199 average. 1 home run and 12 RBIs.
The DH. You don't see DHs hitting 199 very often.
Not too much. He drives that to the first baseman, Chris Walson. He bobbles the ball. And Alexi Casilla came over to make the play, but he missed the grab. So Brandon Green is safe at first. They ruled that a hit.
Yeah, that ball was crushed. And actually, Michael Collins made a real nice play to even get a glove on it. Then it deflected over to Alexi over at second base, but by the time he recovered to pick it up, they didn't have a chance.
That ball kind of spun Chris Walson around in a circle there. Up next is Sebastian Boucher, a left fielder for the Timber Rattlers. The pitch, that hit him probably right up in the stomach area.
That one got away from Francisco Rodriguez there, Julia. And that almost was thrown behind him, and certainly no intent by Francisco. With a 7-run lead like that, you don't want to put anybody on base.
And that's only the 4th batman that Rodriguez has hit this year.
So each pitcher has hit a batter, and the top of the order, Asdrúbal Cabrera. I knew you were going to ask. We had to ask about 3 times.
They have some tricky names on this team. There's a ball inside to Cabrera, the second baseman for the Timber Rattlers. His ball's count is 1-0 with no outs here in the top of the 3rd. Pitch a little high. Duenas makes the throw down to second base, but it's a little over second base, and there was no play at second base.
That was a heck of a grab by Sean Rodriguez right there.
Yeah, flying through the air to make that catch.
Now, looks like Kernan Ronan's going to go out and talk to Francisco Rodriguez. As last thing you want to do here, Julie, when you have a 7-run lead, team's just giving you 6, you do not want to hit a guy. You don't want to give up a big inning right after you come up with a big inning. And I'm sure that's what Kernan's out there talking with him about.
I hate to see you give up 5 runs like we did 2 games ago, or 6 runs.
Hopefully be able to keep it in check here this evening.
After their visit, everyone resumes their positions. Cabrera continues his 2-0 count at bat. Uses a big black bat. He squats down really low. He looks at a ball. It was a close pitch on the inside corner.
Just missed, and now we're in a little trouble here.
Oh, ball 4. Bases are loaded for Rodriguez.
First walk of the night by Francisco Rodriguez. Bullpen's quiet now for Wisconsin. Either they're going to make a change or they have confidence that their starter, Aaron Jensen, can come back from a shaky first 2 innings.
And the Colonel bullpen is still quiet as well. Having some trust in Rodriguez. Let him work him through the inning.
Still has a 7-run lead.
Josh Womack, the center fielder, takes a look at a strike.
Some stretching going on in the Colonel bullpen, though, or at least dugout, I should say.
Oh, and there's a step off the mound. Didn't even make a throw to second, but sent Sebastian Boucher back to second base.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
Pitch outside. Duenas makes the throw down to third, but not in time.
Both catchers not afraid to throw it around.
Got good arms on those guys tonight. Josh Womack is hitting .266 with 16 RBIs. He looks at another ball inside. 1-1, 2-1 count.
Had to flex out of the way of that one.
Some ways, baseball is a little bit like a limbo game. He pops that one deep towards right center field. Both Giannotti and Madrigal are there, and Giannotti makes the catch. And the runner tags to score the first run for the Timberbacks. And Sebastian Boucher advanced to third on the tag.
Sacrifice fly that time to right field, and 17th RBI of the year for Womack. And good piece of base running right there by Boucher to tag from second and go to third, so he can come home probably on a ground ball, certainly on a fly ball.
Batter is Rob Johnson, the catcher for the Timber Rattlers. His bat looks a little reddish to me.
Got a little kind of a copper tint to it.
Yeah. He has 2 white gloves sticking out of either pocket in his back pockets. The pitch. Low and away outside. Runners didn't go.
Nice stop by Tommy there. A backhanded play. Had to come out of the crouch and fielded that pitch that was low and away from Rob Johnson.
And he drills one up the middle. Second baseman makes the tag, or the shortstop made the tag and threw to first to Chris Walton to make the out.
Double play right there.
Excellent double play. That's what the Kernels have practiced. Well, we had 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors here in the top of the third. The Kernels lead the Timber Rattlers 7-1. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
What is ESPN Radio? It's not that hard. You're a sports fan? This is the sports station. It's ESPN. That means sports. The games, the experts, the analysis, the scores, the highlights, the people who know their stuff. It's good conversation. It's ESPN. It's radio. You know, the box that all the sounds come out of. At your home, in your car, where you work, even in your computer. It's everywhere you go. It's radio. It's ESPN. It's ESPN Radio. That's all it is.
All right, we're back here at New Veterans Memorial Stadium. Kernels lead the Timber Rattlers 7-1 in the bottom of the third. After batting through the order yesterday.
We wish they would have done it yesterday.
Last inning, Warner Madrigal is up, right fielder for the Kernels. He flew out to center field, or left field last time. And the pitch, he fouls that one off toward the Colonel Diamond sweep.
We still have Aaron Jensen in there.
Those hot air balloons have disappeared.
Either went out of our eyesight or landed.
Madrigal sends one to the left fielder, Sebastian Boucher, who makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the third. Walking to the plate is catcher Tommy Duenas. He's hitting .214 this season with 9 RBIs.
Singleton scored in the Colonel's 6-run second inning as they lead it 7-1 here in the bottom of the third inning.
And Tommy fouls that first pitch back off. Hits that net. If it weren't for that net tonight, there have been many pitches that have come back our way.
You didn't flinch, though.
I did.
You did not flinch. That's the first thing you got to learn. Don't flinch when the ball comes back. John doesn't want to see one up here. I want to catch one.
I wouldn't mind hanging out the window for one. The cords might catch me up, though. Who knows?
Yeah.
1-1 count to Tommy Duenas. Jordan Wren stands on deck. And the pitch, ball high. 1 out in the top or the bottom of the third.
Going to see a big crooked number up there in the second inning, a 6. That's good to see for the Colonel.
Ooh, and Tommy sends one way out to left field. And Boucher is there to make the catch again for the second out this inning. 3 flyouts we've had over to Boucher tonight.
Been a busy guy over there.
He certainly has. Now our designated hitter, Jordan Wren, steps up to the plate. Jordan has an interesting tape design on his helmet. Over his right ear, there's stripes-looking rays coming out of his earpiece. Rays of tape.
Now, was it cracked, or is it just superstition?
It didn't look cracked to me. I was down in the dugout earlier, and it didn't look cracked. He looks at a ball, and then another ball rolling away.
Hey, when you're trying to get out of a slump, you do anything.
I would resort to that as well. Anything that was working. Jordan sends one way down the left field line, but it's going foul, sending the kids running again.
Well, Jordan, maybe he's going to get out of it because he had a line single on an 0-2 pitch that really got things going in the last inning, and maybe that'll be the start something big for Jordan.
That would be great to see. Jordan takes a big swing. The 2-2 count now. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Kernels still lead the Timber Rattlers 7-1. A nice lead for a change. Next pitch is a bouncer to the third baseman. He makes the throw over to first baseman Marshall Hubbard for the third out in the inning. That was a 5-3 play for anyone keeping score. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Kernels still lead the Timber Rattlers 7-1. We'll be back in the fourth inning. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
When we met, it's forget, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Forbes.com Small Business Report, brought to you by Sam's Club.
Cheering job growth may be good politics, but is it good business? More in a moment.
America is a country of entrepreneurs. And if you're a small business owner, you're helping shoulder the lion's share of the U.S. economy. You can lighten that load a little at Sam's Club. When you shop at Sam's Club, you get everyday low costs on products you need every day. After all, while you may be carrying around the weight of the American economy, you shouldn't have to do all the heavy lifting by yourself. Sam's Club. We are in business for small business.
Writing for Forbes.com, William Baldwin says politicians who praise job creation have it wrong. While Baldwin admits it's too much to expect those in office to start touting job elimination, he does hope they stop demonizing big companies for becoming more efficient. Baldwin says increased output with fewer employees means productivity, and productivity means prosperity. For more on this and other stories, go to Forbes.com.
Kernels look great through the first 3 innings of a series opener against the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. It's 7-1. What a fantastic job by starter Fernando Rodriguez. The Timber Rattlers loaded the bases with nobody out in the top of the third. A sacrifice fly by Josh Womack plated a run, but then Rob Johnson hit into an inning-ending Sean Rodriguez to Michael Collins' 6-3 double play, and the Kernels sit on a 7-1 lead as we go to the top of the 4th inning. The leadoff man is cleanup hitter Mike Wilson. Big, strong right-handed batter, and a strike is in at the knees from Fernando Rodriguez. The lights have just been turned on here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And a tip foul behind the plate, 0-2 to Mike Wilson. He grounded out to third to end the Wisconsin first inning. It's Hoover Elementary School night and Truman Elementary School night, and it's Brian Kroeb, the principal at Hoover, visiting our broadcast booth. And Brian, what a difference a year makes. You were really hamstrung last year here, weren't you?
Yeah, I think we were the only game to be rained out last year and didn't get a chance to come out. But boy, what a beautiful night. We've had a great turnout by the Hoover crowd and the Truman crowd. We've had some great balls so far.
Yes, we have. A high drive foul. And speaking of some great baseball, how did you come up with the foul ball earlier tonight, Brian?
Well, I tell you what, I was sitting over there with my family, and one just happened to come up and land right in my lap. So
that's the best way, isn't it?
It was great. It was great.
Hand-delivered or air-delivered.
Yeah.
A 1-2 delivery, and it's in the dirt. This batter, Mike Wilson, is hitting .251. He has a slightly closed stance at the plate. He's a right-handed hitter. The Kernel outfield plays him straight away. Yes, a fantastic turnout from Truman and Hoover. Brian Kroeb is the principal at Hoover. A pitch cranked foul, and that sends a fella scurrying for cover. He's looking for the nearest foxhole in the third base Wisconsin dugout. Brian, I have to say, having lived in Cedar Rapids 10 years now, the 2-2 from Fernando, and it's just low, over but low, ball 3. I'm very proud to say that there are 2 Southwest Side schools here this evening. I'm a Southwest Sider.
Yeah, we've, Eric and I, Christensen, principal at Truman there, worked real hard on this, and thank you and Jack for coming over and helping us out with that. You guys done a great job.
Well, it's our pleasure to be able to work with you. Ski right 3 called. Mike Wilson thought it was low, but it's the second strikeout for Fernando Rodriguez. 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. 7-1 Kernels. Behind these school nights, Brian, is a lot of energy and enthusiasm on the part of you, your teachers, your front office, because it's not easy to get everybody out here in the great numbers you and Eric have. It's a very, very busy time of spring. Kids are already starting their soccer and t-ball leagues and practices and graduations, and people are already thinking summer.
Yeah, it's really a busy time. This last month has flown by so quick we hardly even know it's been there. But you know, the whole program starts with you, John, because you come out and do a great job with the kids. You know, if you weren't such a good announcer, I'd try to recruit you there and get you in a classroom because, you know, not a lot of people see you in that capacity. And, boy, I tell you what, you can get a crowd going in the school, and we sure appreciate you coming in every time, talking about your Toyota Financial Services reading program. I tell you what, you do a great job.
Thanks, Brian. That means a lot to me. It's my pleasure. I get more energy out of those school visits. It just sets my whole day up for a lot of fun. A 2-1 pitch is bounced foul to the railing of the third base Timber Rattler dugout. Yes, it is our 7th year now, and thanks to Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, we're able to visit an all-time high number of schools. Brian, we're almost to 40 schools that we've been able to visit.
Well, we're just happy to be one of those schools that you invited to come out. And
Hoover's been a charter member since Henry Small was there. A swing and a miss by Matt Tuiasosopo, strike 3, and 2 gone quickly here in the top of the 4th. Brian, I was asking Scott Unash, who's a parent of 2 great young boys at Viola Gibson, what the last week of school is like. Is the philosophy to try to mix in some fun with learning, since the kids, I remember when I was a kid, you just couldn't wait for that last day.
Yeah, the energy's bubbling over, that's for sure. Yeah, they know there's only a few days left, and of course we try to get as much curriculum and academics as we possibly can on them, but we also have to understand, they're ready to go. It's summertime, it's coming up, so we do a lot of educational activities outside also, and it seems to keep those days moving along, and the kids really like it.
Well, that's neat to know. So many great things go on at Hoover and at Truman. An 0-2 or an 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. The batter, Marshall Hubbard, a left-handed hitter. Nobody on, 2 away, and the Timber Rattlers bat in their half of the 4th inning. The Kernels up 7-1, trying to beat the Western Division leaders in the first of a 4-game series. Swing and a miss, a changeup, and the bottom dropped out of that pitch from right-hander Fernando Rodriguez to left-handed hitting Marshall Hubbard. The Timber Rattlers in their gray road uniforms with black socks and black batting helmets, maroon numbers. A 1-2 delivery darts downstairs, and it's 2-2 now to Marshall Hubbard. Brian Krob is with us from Hoover Elementary School. He's the principal there. A sharply hit ground ball through the right side of the Kernel infield is a 2-out single for Marshall Hubbard. That hit for Wisconsin, their 3rd. Warner Madrigal retrieves it and gets it back in. 1 on, 2 outs for Young Chi Chen. Brian, I know you probably came up through the ranks like any principal, and Scott Unash and I were saying when we were in grade school, this fellow's from Taiwan. Scott and I were taught to say that his country was called Formosa.
Really?
You're probably too young to remember that.
I think you're probably right on that one, unless I'm not just up on my up on my foreign countries there.
Scott and I graduated way back, and really they told us that Chiang Kai-shek led the Chinese nationalists off the mainland and that he established his own free country, and now it's known as Taiwan.
Sure.
They make a lot of goods over there that we use, household items.
Oh, you bet, every day.
Every day, a curve, and it's 1-1 to Young Chi Chen. He popped a second to end the Wisconsin 2nd inning. Brian, we have so many folks that listen throughout eastern Iowa, and I'm a fellow Division III graduate from Knox College. We have Cole, Cornell, and the Iowa Conference. A ground ball slapped through the middle. Fernando Rodriguez thought he should have gotten a glove on it, but it's into center field. And back-to-back base hits have the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers threatening with 2 out here in their top of the 4th inning. Fernando Rodriguez dipped down to his fielding position, but the ball was hit fairly sharply, and through the middle it went for a single, stopping at second Marshall Hubbard. You also are a proud Division III graduate from Pella, Iowa.
That's right, Central College out there. Had a great 4 years out there, played some baseball, played a lot of football, so, proud to be from those Division III schools.
Yes, we all stick together. There's kind of an unspoken respect that we all have for each other. And Brian, you played for a legendary football coach there at Central.
Yeah, Ron Skipper. He was what a great guy. I tell you what, still had some fire in him when we had him. He just ended his retirement there a little bit, but he's, it's just more than a game of football with him. It's a game of life, and he taught us so much, and we're so proud to have him as part of our learning experience.
Well, Central does wonders with their kids, just like great schools across Iowa and Minnesota and Illinois, the Division III schools we're talking about. You're a non-scholarship athlete.
That's right.
Brandon Green, a left-handed batter, takes inside. Now he whacks one hard into right. Madrigal will have a play at the plate. Warner comes up throwing, and the throw is offline, and it's second and third. A run is home. 3 consecutive singles by the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. They come with 2 out. Marshall Hubbard with 2 outs scored ahead of the throw by Warner Madrigal. Warner's throw was up the first base line side of home plate and allowed the batter. It allowed Brandon Green, who's 2 for 2, to go to second base. And now the Kernel lead has shrunk to 7-2. More importantly, though, there's runners at second and third with 2 out. And let's see if Fernando Rodriguez can get out of this 4th inning trouble. 3 straight singles by the numbers 6, 7, and 8 men in the order for the Timber Rattlers. Now Sebastian Boucher, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning, bats. Sebastian Boucher at the plate. And he almost is hit again. Ball 1 down and in. The fellow from Quebec, Canada, takes a long, glaring stare out at the mound. There's no way that Fernando Rodriguez is going to try to hit the number 9 hitter for the second time. A ground ball to second, sharply hit, over to get it, Alexi Casilla, and he throws the batter out. Sebastian Boucher hit it sharply to second, and Alexi Casilla fielded it and threw the batter out to end the inning. But 3 straight singles with 2 out give the Timber Rattlers a run on 3 hits. There were no Kernel errors, and Wisconsin leaves 2 men aboard. They have now stranded 4 batters in their first 4 at-bats. We'll finish things up with Hoover Elementary principal Brian Krob in the bottom of the 4th, and then he'll hand the baton off to our good friend and his good pal, Eric Christensen from Truman Elementary. After 3.5, Kernels ahead of Wisconsin, 7-2. You're enjoying Kernel baseball here in the Zone.
Hey, Dad, did you catch the game last night? Wow!
Oh, no, the wind was messing up my dish.
Oh, man, too bad. Maybe next time.
Hey, Dad, did you see that documentary on fire ants? Oh, fantastic stuff.
Oh, no, I had a little problem with the old dish.
Too bad. You really missed something special.
Say, Ted, remember that episode of Nip Tuck last week, the one with the doctors?
No, afraid not. I think it was raining that night or something.
Hi, Teddy.
Hi.
Hey, I saw this romantic movie the other night. It made me think of you.
Well, I meant to, but I think there was some bad weather going on.
You know, Ted, I could really see getting together once in a while, but, I don't know if I want a dish relationship.
Oh, man.
Want a weatherproof way to watch television? Get rid of that dish and call Mediacom to learn about our 12-month $29.95 offers. Call today at 1-800-800-CABLE. That's 1-800-800-CABLE.
When it comes to life insurance, think ahead. Think about planning for your family's future with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Randy Sternod and Marion can help you determine what coverage is right for you and your family. When so much in life is beyond your control, aren't you glad life insurance isn't? For your family's future, think about life insurance from Randy Sternod and Marion. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
He cracked a big 2-run double in the 6-run Kernel second inning, and the first pitch skips off the plate to the backstop from Aaron Jensen, the starter for Wisconsin. Richard Giannotti hitting .237, his 2-run double in the second inning gave the Kernels a 4-0 lead. He slams one hard off the chest protector of the catcher, Rob Johnson. Brian Krob, you mentioned you played both football and baseball at Central College in Pella, Iowa. What did you play in baseball? What position, Brian?
I was a shortstop.
That's where they put the best athlete.
Well, sometimes we thought that. But,
well, we'll keep it that. We'll keep thinking that.
That's right.
A breaking pitch to Richard Giannotti is high, and it's ball 2. Richard's 2-run double actually made it 3-0 Kernels in that 6-run second inning. It's 7-2 Kernels. We're in the bottom of the 4th. The lights are on, and Richard Giannotti lofts one down the line and left. A long way to go for 3 Timber Rattlers, and neither of the trio, Boucher, Tuiasosopo, or Chen. How'd you like to have that as your law firm? Boucher, Tuiasosopo, and Chen.
That's a mouthful.
It sure is. At least it's not the old line from the Three Stooges, Brian. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. I'm sure you remember those classics.
Oh, I do.
Brian, all of us that live on the southwest side are so proud of as everyone is in Cedar Rapids, the bond issue that passed recently, and I believe there was a pretty major addition done to, you have a brand new hallway there, don't you?
We do. We have 6 new classrooms and a whole new library. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's just, if you didn't have a chance to go out and see it, boy, stop in sometime. You're sure welcome.
A high, deep drive back to the warning track and left, but having it in his sights the whole way. And making the catch is Sebastian Boucher. Todd Brummelkamp, our media relations director, just dropped in an important note, and we'll deal with this a little bit later, but great news from Todd Klaus, a Kernel connection in the ballpark here tonight. Well, Brian, did that give you more room because of added enrollment, or did you just need more space, period?
Well, I think it started out as needing more space, period. You know, as elementary schools are always trying to find every nook and cranny in the building to try to fill it with somebody and something. So it opened up some great spaces for us. But I think in the future, too, we're going to be growing a little bit and taking some more kids on. So we're prepared for that.
Well, the southwest side is growing exponentially. Man, it is really sprawling out there.
Yep.
Alexi Casilla has singled, reached on a fielder's choice, scored twice, a 1-1 delivery. A big 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock curveball is a strike called from right-hander Aaron Jensen. Brian Krob, what's left the last week then? Are you going to have a field day? Are you going to have some awards or recognition ceremonies for the kids? What will highlight the last week at Hoover?
Well, I think we usually try to highlight our fifth graders. They're moving on to middle school, so tomorrow we're actually taking off to Dubuque. We're going to hit the River Museum and go through some caves in Makokata. So that's kind of a highlight for the fifth graders. And then we have another fifth grade graduation on Friday, so we do a lot of things for them.
They deserve it.
They
a
sure
Baltimore chop to first. It'll be a foot race between the pitcher and batter, and the pitcher wins the foot race, the pitcher being Aaron Jensen. He took the underhanded toss from first baseman Marshall Hubbard. And there are two away in the Kernel fourth inning. 7-2 Kernels. Brian, that sounds like a lot of fun. I know when Eric Christensen joins us in the top of the fifth inning, he did a similar field trip with his kids. It's his fifth graders. It's nice to give those fifth graders a send-off because, in a way, they're the kings of and queens of the school that fifth grade year.
They are. They've been around a long time, and they've become comfortable. We know we've done a great job, so we want to send them off with something to really be proud of them. They can have a good experience and share that for the rest of their lives.
Are you going to be able to accompany them?
You bet. I'm going tomorrow. I'm sure. Glad, looking forward to it. We have a good time in fifth grade.
Oh, that's wonderful. Ball one to Sean Rodriguez, and now a breaking pitch is inside. 2-0 to Sean. Brian Krob is with us from Hoover Elementary, and soon to join us in the top of the fifth will be Truman Elementary School Principal Eric Christensen. Ball 3 is outside to Rodriguez. Now, principals don't really get a summer. Sure, they have summer time, but if I remember, Brian, a strike is at the letters to Sean. You guys are on year-round contracts that I think require you to be in the office most of the summer.
That's correct. They give you, you get so many vacation days, but you're on contract, and not many times we get to use all those days. There's always something going on, and always new things need to be done. So,
well, I was going to concur. You're laying the groundwork. You're wrapping up the year you're coming off of, and then you've already got to look forward to next year.
Yeah, we look at our August calendar already, and we've got it mainly full already, and it's just amazing that we're trying to finish up this year and get some stuff going. That's all right, though. We got to get that planned and ready to go for next year.
Oh, that is amazing. The payoff pitch to Rodriguez. Low, ball 4. Sean Rodriguez has walked with 2 out, and that walk by right-hander Aaron Jensen is his first of the evening, and usually 2-out walks create big problems. Let's see if Freddy Sandoval can make this right-hander pay for his indiscretion. Freddy's 2 for 2, drove in a run in the Kernels' 6-run second, and scored a run. Kernels have out-hit Wisconsin 7-5, lead the Timber Rattlers 7-2 here in this fourth inning. A breaking pitch is low to Freddy Sandoval. Brian, did you come up through the ranks as an elementary school teacher?
Yeah, I sure did. Taught 5 years in elementary school, and then got my first principal job in a middle school, actually.
In a middle school?
That's right. So then just my third year finishing up at Hoover. Doesn't seem possible already. But
no, it doesn't, Brian.
But it's been a great 3 years.
Well, I commend the Cedar Rapids District for continuing the tradition of solid, ethical leadership at the top. I have not been in a school in my 10 years here that I haven't felt that good things were going on.
Well, that's just the thing, John. We've got so many great people to be surrounded around them all the time. I mean, there's always good people around you, and you can always ask questions, and that makes you grow right there no matter what you do.
Well, that's the case. The 1-1 to Freddy Sandoval. A throw to first. Brian, I need to talk about something that always lifts my heart when I go to Hoover. Your special needs kids are included in everything.
Yeah, we're pretty much known for getting those, special education kids. We call them level 1, level 2 kids. We do a lot of in class, a lot of general education interventions with them. They have a great time. Kids love them in the classroom, help them out as much as they can. Some people think, well, but wouldn't they stand out? Wouldn't they be different there? No, not at all. They have a good time. Kids are very accepting of them.
They sure are. There goes the runner, Rodriguez. A pitch high. The throw to second is not in time. The shortstop, Matt Tuiasosopo, made a quick sweep tag, and the throw from Rob Johnson, the catcher, was outstanding. Rodriguez, with his team-high 14th steal, is at second with 2 out, and that gives Freddy Sandoval, who's ahead now 3-1, a chance to drive home another run and add to the Colonel 5-run lead. Look out, Freddie torches one foul. That one almost picked off a hand of a youngster. You talk about kids having fun, Brian. That grass slope seating berm, man, I'd hate to be in the middle of those kids at my age.
Well, what a great idea. Boy, that's just a perfect place out there. They can run, they can have fun. What a good idea.
It's been so well received.
Yeah.
The payoff pitch to Freddie. High and away, ball 4. Freddy Sandoval walks, and that'll bring Aaron Peel to the plate. Aaron belted a 3-run homer to cap the Colonel 6-run second inning. Nothing doing in the Timber Rattler bullpen. The Wisconsin Ball Club has won 7 out of 10. They lead our Western Division by a game over Clinton, a game and a half ahead of the swing of the Quad Cities. Peel with his 7th home run of the year, a 3-run bomb in the second inning. A breaking pitch ripped into center for a base hit. Here comes Rodriguez turning home. Sandoval the third. The throw there not in time. And Aaron Peel continues to swing a torrid bat. A 2-out line drive single on a hanging curveball from Aaron Jensen. And that gives the Kernels an 8-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, you're right, John. That 2-out walk really created something there, didn't it?
Well, it usually does, Brian. It usually spells trouble. And I'm glad the Kernels have made the Timber Rattlers pay. Now action in the Wisconsin bullpen. Well, Brian, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because this has been such a prolonged inning and a great inning. We're going to see if you can keep your charm alive by handing the baton off to Eric Christensen. Brian Kroeb, we want to thank you because you guys are very special to the Kernels. Your Hoover school there's a different personality about each school we go to, and the one I think of when I think of Hoover is warm. It's a warm school.
Yeah, I tell you what, we have a great time. We have fun there. Kids are learning a lot, and we want to thank you, John, and the whole Kernels organization. You guys, like I said, you started this whole thing off with the summer reading program. You got the kids excited, and we walked right into the next Hoover night at the ballpark, and kids were buying up tickets left and right.
Your turnout is phenomenal, and what a neat thing for the kids to get to meet kids maybe they know or maybe they don't know from Truman.
Well, we're still going to try to get you your sub certificate so you can come in and take care of some classes. I want to see you in action more often at Hoover.
Hey, brother, is it still $100 a day?
Well, we can get you a special deal.
Okay. I'll pick you up on that offer.
All right. Well, thanks, John.
Brian,
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Brian's good friend, Eric Christensen, is standing by as Michael Collins swats one, a big high hopper to third. Long throw across the diamond, not in time, and now they have a runner stuck between second and third, and that runner is tagged out to end the inning. Aaron Peel was caught between second and third, but a run scored. Freddy Sandoval scored, right, Julia Jansen? Freddy Sandoval did score on that play, and Michael Collins was safe at first. Well, now, wait a minute. I thought Sandoval scored. I thought he crossed the plate. I thought Collins was ruled safe at first. But I'm not going to trust the scoreboard. It's let us down once tonight. I think the score's 9-2, but I'm going to wait and see on that. I thought Freddy Sandoval scored on a bouncer to third. Michael Collins was safe at first, I thought, and then Aaron Peel was caught between second and third. So once again, we send Julia Jansen, our broadcast assistant, over to the scores. Let's wrap up this inning tentatively saying that the Kernels score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors committed by Wisconsin. The Kernels leave 1 man on. I believe the score is 9-2, but we've had all sorts of trouble jiving our scorebook with the scorekeeper tonight. Eric Christensen is going to visit with us in the top of the 5th inning after 4. Well, we'll say what the scoreboard does. I think it's 9-2, but the scoreboard says 8-2 Kernels. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
It's Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio, honoring the classics as only they can.
Is there a Hall of Famer right now on the New England Patriots? Right now, if their career ended right now. I'll give you 1. Adam Vinatieri. Okay, that's 2. Bill Belichick. You could put Belichick in right now. The list of coaches have won 3 Super Bowls. You could count on one hand.
Hold on, then.
Go ahead.
Bill Belichick has been considered a great NFL head coach since he's been with the Patriots.
Right.
He has 3 Super Bowls.
Right.
You want to put him in.
Right.
Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowls.
Nah, that's not the same thing being a player as being a coach.
Why?
Because it's just not.
Okay. That's me like telling Sydney because. I mean, it doesn't.
No. So am I the only one to see a parallel here?
You got outfield? Sure. Got a field the same. Why? I just thought I'd ask. Well, I just thought I'd tell you. Now tell me who's playing left field. Why? Because. Oh, he's center field.
Bridging the gap between generations, it's Mike and Mike in the Morning. Weekdays on ESPN Radio.
For more than 70 years, Rockwell Collins has been dedicated to providing innovative and dependable aviation electronics and communication solutions worldwide. We also bring a dedication of excellence to our communities to help ensure growth and prosperity. The long-standing partnership between Rockwell Collins and the Kernels is one way we're enhancing the quality of life in our community and making Cedar Rapids the best place to live and work. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners on and off the field.
The confusion has been remedied. The Kernels on Truman and Hoover Elementary School nights lead it 9-2. What a crowd, Eric, out in the Papa John's Plaza. Kids from your school, Truman, and Brian Krobe's school, Hoover. And as we were talking with Brian in the last inning, Fernando Rodriguez pumps in a 2-0 pitch for a strike call to the leadoff batter, Asdrúbal Cabrera, a .338 hitter. This is pretty neat combining school nights, isn't it?
Yeah, it's worked out real well, John. Brian and I had talked about it earlier this spring and wanted to pick a date later in the year to make sure we guarantee some good weather, and it's just worked out great tonight. Just perfect night for a ball game.
And you know what's neat? As the 2-1 pitch is fouled off to the left, it's 2-2 to the left-handed hitter. He cranks one foul into the vacant Kernel bullpen down the right field line. The kids are coming off a Memorial Holiday weekend, and there's usually just a little bit of a lull in their spirits, but I bet they were looking forward to this.
They were. There was a buzz around school today. A number of them were excited to come out tonight and be with their friends, and some of the 5th graders talked about meeting some Hoover 5th graders because they'll all feed into Taft Middle School.
I forgot about that. They sure will. Well, we talked about the addition to Brian Krobe's Hoover School, and I want you to tell our listeners about a term I had never heard of in a moment. The 2-2 is just outside. It's 3-2 to the leadoff batter, who's flown to center and walked. 9-2 Kernels were in the top of the 5th inning on this beautiful night for baseball. The payoff pitch. A high drive way back in center. Richard Giannotti back and has it. That's a thing of beauty to watch up here, Eric. Giannotti knew where that ball was going to land.
It was right underneath it.
He turned his back to the plate, ran to where he knew the ball would be, turned around and met it for the first out of the inning. Asdrúbal Cabrera on a 3-2 pitch smashes it to deep center, 1 away. Your school, and the majority of the work will be done in the summer, Eric, geothermal.
Yeah, it's a fairly new concept that the school district is playing with, and I know a number of schools have put geothermal in. It's the heating and cooling system. It's supposed to pay for itself.
Oh, it's efficient.
It's efficient. Pretty expensive to put in, but obviously the efficiency factor is what we're going after. And we're excited at Truman just from the standpoint of heating and cooling the entire building. So we're looking forward to that project being completed, hopefully in early August.
Well, that's wonderful. An 0-2 count on Josh Womack, and he shortens his stroke up and bloops one foul over the grass slope seating berm down the left field line. 9-2 Kernels, 1 away in the Wisconsin 5th inning, and Eric Christensen is here from Truman Elementary School. And I've got a fun distinction to share with you, Eric. A smash on one hop, a short hop, and it's blocked by Michael Collins. And then he tiptoes to his left and tags the base ahead of the batter, Josh Womack. Womack, a left-handed hitter, roped one at the feet of Michael Collins, and Collins was able to get down and take it on the short hop and make the play unassisted. Eric, a lot of Cedar Rapids principals are envious of you because unofficially you still hold the all-time school night record. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. It was our first year here at the ballpark, and Brian and I always kid around as far as, how did you get that to happen? And
well, let our listeners in on the secret.
And basically what we did is we invited the entire school out for a tour. And so the kids, became real excited along with the parents. And I think we had over 320, I think, that year.
You did even better than that, Eric. 512.
Was it that many?
With parents.
With parents. Okay, I was looking at kids. Okay.
You darn near filled the plaza section.
Oh, that's wonderful, yeah.
And there's some schools that are still aiming for that mythical record set by Eric Christensen and his Truman troops. An 0-2 pitch is low and away to Rob Johnson. He's doubled and hit into an inning-ending double play. That was back in the third. Fernando Rodriguez trying to win for the first time since April 13th. His record 1-3. He has certainly been a tough luck pitcher so far this season for the Kernels, but he's never let it get him down. A drive foul beyond the Papa John's Plaza where those kids from Truman and Hoover are sitting. Well, I'll tell you who followed suit this year with the massive tour of the entire school was Kathleen Rayner at Viola Gibson.
Sure, yeah.
Eric, she brought every kid out here in April, just like you did 3 years ago, and it does make a difference.
It does, John. You know, the kids get excited to see the underground facility as well as get out on the field and look around, and it makes a big difference. And it's just trying to find that right time this spring to getting the kids out here and enjoying the ballpark.
A 2-2 pitch to the number 3 hitter by the Colonel right-hander is laced foul into the backstop, and the count remains 2-2. Base is empty, 2 out. Top of the fifth inning, 9-2 Kernels. Rob Johnson, the catcher, 9th in the league with a .324 average. Slightly open stance. Fernando deals over but low, ball 3. Well, Eric, I haven't had a chance to ask you about your background other than I believe, now you're really testing me now, or I'm testing myself. The payoff pitch, just missed downstairs, ball 4. That base on balls comes with 2 outs, and it's the second of the night by Fernando Rodriguez. Eric Christensen, I think you went either to Mankato State or Winona State.
Yeah, I went to Winona State.
Winona State.
Yeah.
And describe to our listeners how beautiful a setting Winona, Minnesota is.
I really enjoyed Winona. It's right, along the Mississippi River in the bluffs, and it's just a beautiful place to go to school. And more of a college town, which is a nice thing. And there are a couple other smaller universities located in Winona. So had a great time there. Met a lot of nice people, and still stay in contact with a few of my teacher friends that we graduated at Winona State.
Well, Winona State is just as you. I was lucky to get there once a fall with my Carlton cross-country team, and the kids just love the beauty of that city. Mm-hmm. Ball 1 outside to the cleanup hitter. Now a knee-buckling curve is high and in to Mike Wilson. Kernels have a right-hander springing into action down in their right field bullpen, and that is, it's a lefty, Nick Touchstone. Look out here, Mike Wilson ahead 2-0. He's sitting on something fat. And a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Is Winona, Eric, just south of Red Wing?
Yeah, it is. Just along the Mississippi River, not too far. Probably, I would guess, 45 minutes to an hour.
Red Wing's another beautiful city. The 2-1 to the batter. Ball 3 up and in, and now Fernando Rodriguez is taking a big, deep breath. He goes behind the rubber, rubs the palm of his pitching hand into the dirt, and stands back on top. He's working from the stretch, and he's behind the cleanup batter, Mike Wilson. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wilson is a strong man. Ball 4 low, and this does not bode well. A 9-2 game, but the Timber Rattlers, as Scott Unash mentioned earlier, hitting .297 on the road. The last thing you want to do is walk men, and here comes Kernan Ronan. And double barrel action in the Colonel bullpen. Miguel González, a right-hander. Nick Touchstone, a tall lefty. Eric Christensen, we have so many Twin fans here in eastern Iowa, and the Twin system is so loaded with great talent. One thing you and your wife enjoy doing during the spring is going down to, is it Orlando?
It's Fort Myers. Fort Myers, Florida, John. We go down there and see my wife's in-laws who winter down there, and Jamie and I usually try to get to 1 or 2 spring training games, the Twins, and we just have a real good time. And, the two of us have talked numerous times about how important baseball is in our lives, and I think I got my wife hooked on it, so we go down and have a great time and watch the young kids develop as well down in Florida.
Now, years ago it was Tinker Field. Is it now a new stadium?
I believe it's Lee County Stadium. Is what they call it, but it's a beautiful facility with numerous fields around the main stadium for drill and practice with the young kids and the veterans as well.
Well, Eric, like Brian Krob, who was with us in the fourth inning, not only played baseball but coached it. The batter is Matt Tuiasosopo, and the struggles of Fernando Rodriguez continue. Ball one outside. This 9-2 Kernel lead is not on firm setting right now. 2 on, 2 out. Tuiasosopo, a .309 hitter, is struck out twice. A strike at the knees. Tommy Duenas whips a throw down to first, and the runner is out! Out at first. I cannot believe that Twinkle Toes Michael Collins got his feet caught up with the runner, Mike Wilson. What a huge out to end this inning.
Great throw by the catcher.
Eric Christensen, did you see what I saw? Collins got his big feet in front of the base.
It was a bang-bang play. It was a great throw by the catcher, and the first baseman held his ground, and looked like the runner ran right into the throw.
What a pivotal play that could be in this game. Falling asleep, Mike Wilson, and the caught stealing goes 1-3 to end the inning. Tommy Duenas gunning out the runner, Mike Wilson. In the fifth inning, 2 out walks, but nothing more for the Timber Rattlers. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, no Kernel errors. Wisconsin leaves a runner. They've left 5. We'll wrap our evening up with Eric Christensen, Truman Elementary School principal, when we return to action in the bottom of the fifth. After 5.5, it's the Kernels 9 and Wisconsin 2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Do dragonflies really breathe fire? Maybe we can't answer a thought-provoking question like that. But Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance professional at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, can answer all your insurance questions. Phil Andrews is an insurance expert, and he can help you with all kinds of protection: auto, home, life, health, and business. Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews, has all the right answers for the right insurance coverages for you and your family.
Your dog eats your new sofa. Pet satisfaction rating 3%. Your hairdresser doesn't know burnt auburn from burnt toast. Hair color satisfaction rating 5%. After years of marriage, your husband still leaves the seat up. Spouse satisfaction rating -2%. Your car insurance company saves you hundreds of dollars and handles your claim quickly and fairly. Car insurance satisfaction rating 97%. Oh, you must have Geico.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO.
This is your 30-second Vanguard insight on managing for retirement when the present wants all of your money. Your new child, your new house, and money for college are all important. But so is retirement. When balancing your financial needs, it helps if you keep fees and expenses low. It sounds small, but it adds up. Call 1-888-VANGUARD or visit us at Vanguard.com.
Call for prospectus for more information. Read and consider it carefully before you invest. Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
A new hurler takes over in this ball game as we move to the Kernel half of the fifth inning. The Kernels struck for 6 in the second inning and lead it 9-2. The new pitcher is Steve Graisley, and his changeup is in for a strike call to Warner Madrigal. Eric Christensen, you mentioned your wife Jamie, and you guys I've seen one of your cute kids. You brought a high drive down the right field line, and the first baseman Marshall Hubbard into the Kernel bullpen, and he has it for the first out. Warner Madrigal, 0-for-3, is fouled out down the first base line to Marshall Hubbard, 1 away here in the fifth. Your little girl was out here this past weekend during our meeting, Eric, and she seems to be a real fireball.
Oh, she is, Anna, she just turned 3, and she has a lot of energy, to say the least, and she'll let you know it. And we just have a great time with her and our little one, who's just turned 11 months.
Now, is your little one... A pitch hit Tommy Duenas. It got away from Graisley. No harm intended, no harm done. Tommy took it like a man right between the shoulder blades. And Graisley, the new hurler, has hit Tommy Duenas. I would imagine, Eric Christensen, that your 11-month-old is talking and walking.
Yeah, she's starting to crawl a little bit faster each day, and she says a few words, and unfortunately for my wife, her first word was "Daddy," so. I need to throw that in, especially if she's listening tonight. We give each other a hard time, but she's getting there, and she's speaking, more words every day, and it's just a fun time to be around them at that age.
Yes, it is. am so blessed to have nieces and nephews in Alaska and Seattle, Washington, and I'll tell you what, if I could convince my brothers and sisters to let me play Mr. Uncle for a year, I'd do it in a second.
Yeah, it's just a great time.
Jordan Wren's at the plate with a runner at first and one out here in the bottom of the fifth, and a fastball is high from Graisley. Steve Graisley is 23 years old. He's out of Marietta, Ohio. He went to school in Omaha, Nebraska at Creighton University. So he's a product of the same conference that the Northern Iowa Panthers are in. Graisley, a right-hander, and he fires high and away. It evens the count to Wren's, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Eric, even though you and Brian Krob essentially do have to work year-round, I hope you have some vacation time set aside this summer.
Yeah, we do. I know my wife and I are planning a trip.
Lifting one into left center field is Jordan Wren's, and drifting over to his left to tuck it away is Sebastian Boucher. 2 gone here in the Colonel fifth, and back to first is Tommy Duenas. Are you going to go the traditional route, Eric, of a 2-week vacation, or are you going to do the more modern thought of a little 3-day weekend vacation?
Yeah, it's probably more three-day weekends, John. My wife and I like to play a lot of golf, so we'll probably get out and spend some long weekends together. And
boy, will that be fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
I didn't know Jamie enjoyed golf.
Mm-hmm.
Golfing one to short on 2 hops is Richard Giannotti, and Tuiasosopo throws high, save! Matt Tuiasosopo had that one slip out of the throwing grip, and it's an error, his 13th of the year, the first error committed by either club this evening. Down to second goes Tommy Duenas, who was hit by a pitch earlier in this inning. And 2 on, 2 out for the Colonel leadoff batter, Alexi Casilla. Alexi swinging a hot bat. He started the evening in 14 games batting .259. Switch hitter batting left. Grassley delivers a strike at the letters, 0-1. Yeah, Eric, you can make a nice weekend out of a golfing vacation.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of fun. It gives us a chance to actually talk. And
yes.
We talk often about needing that time.
Oh, yes.
So
now, would you go back up to that beautiful state of Minnesota?
You know, we've talked about it, and I'd like to get her back up there. There's so many nice golf courses up in Minnesota, and the farther north you go, the nicer they are, it seems. So we hope to get up there and maybe into Wisconsin in the near future. So
a 3-pitch strikeout of Alexi Casilla ends the Colonel fifth inning. No runs, no hits, a hit batter, 1 error committed by Wisconsin, the first by either team, and the Colonels leave a pair and a stranded 4. Well, Truman Elementary School Principal Eric Christensen, you are just a delight to have on the air. I count myself lucky to have you as a friend and a colleague in the great world of Cedar Rapids. Thank you very much.
Well, John, I'll echo what Brian said. It all starts with you, and I can't say enough good things about you and the Colonels and promoting baseball and your reading program. It's just a wonderful thing, and we look forward to continue it in years to come.
Well, Eric, so do we, and a special thanks to Tammy.
Tammy Stevens, Health Secretary at Truman, helps the logistic part out of it. She's wonderful at it. She gets the tickets ready. She works through us. And I can't say enough about Tammy in organizing this night for Truman.
Eric Christensen, thank you so much. Now, you enjoy the rest of the evening.
I will, and thank you, John, and have a good evening.
We will, Eric. Eric Christensen, Truman Elementary School principal, with us in the 5th inning. Scott Unash will return, along with Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen. Julie will have the Springhouse Restaurant trivia question for you, and they'll tell you about a new Colonel hurler, Nick Touchstone, taking over here in the top of the 6th inning. After 5, 9-2 Colonels, this is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
How would you like your next home buying or selling experience and lending process to be handled beautifully under one roof? If that's the way you want your real estate and mortgage needs to be met, select Todd Financial Services. Securing your loan and helping you find or sell your home is what Todd Financial Services does better than traditional banks and real estate firms. You'll be fully informed, supported, and taken care of so that buying, selling, or financing your home will be a pleasurable experience. Todd Financial Services, eager to meet all of your mortgage and real estate needs under one roof. There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skolman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services. a free 1-hour telephone loan approval, and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Sobin Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
Wildcat Golf Course is ready to show you what makes us your local golf destination. 18 challenging holes for all skill levels. We have all of the services for you to have a great golf day. Check out our driving range before you tee it up, or grab your favorite sandwich from our bar and grill. Our pro shop is loaded with top golf gear from Srixon, Titleist, and Wilson, and awesome apparel from Ashworth and Nike. Wildcat is also the home course for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Take the 20-minute drive from Cedar Rapids to see why Wildcat Golf Course is always something unexpected.
Top of the 6th inning, 9-2 Cedar Rapids as we welcome you back. Nick Touchdown, the new pitcher, and a line drive to right greets Nick as Matt Tuiasosopo, after a pair of strikeouts, goes the other way and laces one into right field for a leadoff single here in the 6th inning. Nick Touchdown, 1-4 on the year, his 7.71 ERA, making his 11th appearance. He started 4 games, has pitched 21 innings, given up 24 hits, 18 earned runs. He's walked 26. That has been a big bugaboo, and has struck out 17. 2 wild pitches in the league, hitting .308 against the Kernel left-hander, Nick Touchstone, in relief of Fernando Rodriguez. We'll give you his line in a moment. Pitch up and in to Marshall Hubbard, I beg your pardon. The first baseman in there from the left side. He's 1 for 2. Fly to right, and a single to right as well as a run scored. 9-2 Kernels, ball low, and out goes Tommy Duenas to have a word with Nick Touchstone. And we can give you the final line on the Kernels starter, Francisco Rodriguez, who is in line for his first win since April the 13th. And that would be terrific if the Kernels can bring that home for Francisco. Went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, struck out 3, walked 3, gave up 2 runs. They were both earned. And he misses down low. Touchstone does, and he's falling behind Hubbard 3-0. We'll get you the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question with Julia coming up here in a moment. The 3-0 inside ball 4. And none of those 4 were even close. 9-2 Kernels, but trouble brewing here in the top of the 6th inning. First 2 are on as you're enjoying Kernel baseball right here in the zone. ESPN Radio, 1600 KCRG, Cedar Rapids. Young Chi Chen, 1 for 2 for the Mariner farmhand. Steps in there from the right side, hits a line drive to center, coming on Giannotti, and he makes the running grab. First pitch swinging was Chen, and a great play by Giannotti saved the Kernels from a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation right there. A lot of action happening here, Julia.
Yes. Giannotti has been a lifesaver for the Kernels the past 2 games. He's been running everywhere in center field and made a lot of great plays, too.
Well, we'll get you the question coming up here in a moment. As Brandon Green, the DH, steps in. He's got a perfect night going. Single to right, infield single, also has an RBI. 2 on, nobody out. He goes the other way, hits one to right at Warner Madrigal, makes the catch. Runner tagging on Madrigal, heels to throw, and it's cut off. And first and third with 2 outs. So again, a first pitch swing. Tuiasosopo gets to third base as Green flies to right field. Well, what's the subject tonight of our question, Julia?
Well, on our Springhouse Family Trivia question, where they are serving broiled salmon each day, the question is, what former Mariner hurler recorded 2 19 strikeout performances in Seattle's King Dome in 1997? Again, that question is, what former Mariner hurler recorded 2 19 strikeout performances in Seattle's King Dome in 1997? Our phone number here is 896-7589, 896-7589.
Seattle Mariner question for you to think about. Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question brought to you by the Springhouse on Center Point Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids. First and third, 2 outs, and a pitch in the dirt blocked by Tommy Duenas. 9-2 Kernels lead it. 2-0 count, though, on Sebastian Boucher. Hit by a pitch and grounded to second. He's 0 for 1. Outfield shifted way to the left, and center and left. Big alley and right. Slider catches the outside corner, and it's 2-1.
We might have a winner for that trivia contest already.
Already, right out of the chute. 2 balls, 1 strike. From the belt, the left-hander delivers, and going the other way with it, Boucher gets it down the left field line. That's going to land fair and go into the corner at the 3:15 mark. Around third on his way to score is Hubbard. Ball gets away from Duenas, backed up by Touchstone, but the runner will advance as Tuiasosopo scores. Hubbard scores, and it's now a 9-4 ball game on the 2-run double by Sebastian Boucher. And this Wisconsin team, Julia, can hit. And I think we have a winner.
We do. Congratulations to Scott Smith of Cedar Rapids. He got the question right. The former Mariner that recorded 2 19-strikeout performances in Seattle's Kingdome in 1997. Any guesses, Scott?
I'd say the big left-hander, Randy Johnson.
You got it. Randy Johnson is correct.
So congratulations going out to our winner. 2 out, runner on at third base, and 2-0 now the count to the leadoff man, Asdrúbal Cabrera. 0 for 2 and also walked. So a 2-run double by Boucher. He takes third on the throw, and Touchstone delivers the 2-0. That's way in. And Nick, again, Kernels trying to get him out of this funk he's in right now. And it's 3 balls, no strikes. There is a right-hander warming up for the Kernels. From the full windup, the delivery. He is inside, and that's ball 4. Second walk of the inning to go with a pair of hits. Second walk of the night to Asdrúbal Cabrera, and out comes Kernan Ronan.
Francisco Cordova is down in the bullpen for the Kernels.
Getting ready in a hurry is the right-hander. So Ronan out to talk with his pitcher. Tommy Duenas also out there as well. And that'll bring up Josh Womack, 0 for 2 officially. Does have a sacrifice fly for an RBI. Hit one to right field back in the 3rd inning. 9-4. Kernels lead this one. 1 run in the 1st, 6 in the 2nd inning for the Kernels, highlighted by an Aaron Peel line drive 3-run home run to left. And then 2 more in the 4th inning. Could have been more, but errant base running kind of took the Kernels out of that inning. Wisconsin's come back, though, with 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 2 so far here in the top of the 6th inning. Runner on at third base, Boucher. Cabrera on at first. Does not have a stolen base so far this year, surprisingly. Slow curve. Ooh, catches the inside corner. Kernels got a break on that one. That looked a little inside, Julia.
They're kind of calling them all over the place tonight.
We'll take it, though. Runner not going. Pitch to Womack. A little comebacker. Nick Touchstone fields it. Sets. Throws to first in time. And that will do it for the Timber Rattlers here in the top of the 6th inning. They come up with 2 runs. They do it on 2 hits, a pair of walks. And the Timber Rattlers leave a pair of board. They've left 7 on now through 6 at-bats. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still the Kernels 9, Wisconsin 4, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball right here in the Zone.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. The Guide, your entertainment starting point. And your Coca-Cola Bottling Company invite you to choose the best lunch spot in CR. And the challengers are Brick's Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Clubhouse and Saloon, Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill, CJ's Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, Third on First Sports Bar and Grill, Tornadoes Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Zaza's Clarion Hotel. Eat, then vote for your favorite establishment, and you can win a trip to Vegas on Allegiant Air. Your official entry form is in the Guide. Look for details in your mail or the Wednesday Gazette. Complete rules online at thezone1600.com. Join the Zone and the Guide on our 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, presented by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Because a man's gotta eat, don't he?
All roads lead to the Cedar Rapids Museum of Art for the spectacular exhibit of more than 200 treasures from ancient Rome. Art in Roman life, villa to grave, is installed in a stunning setting that emulates a Roman villa. Decorated with precious art and artifacts, many of these works are on display for the first time since their discovery.
Step back 2,000 years to experience the world as seen through the eyes of the Romans.
Art in Roman Life, Villa to Grave, now at the Cedar Rapids Museum of Art.
Back with you in the bottom of the sixth inning. Scott Udash along with John Rogers. As so far, so good. 9-4 lead for the Kernels. And, boy, John, I'm not going to breathe easier until this one's over because, quite frankly, this is the best team I've seen hitting in the Midwest League so far this year, this Wisconsin Timber Rattler club.
Yeah, they're coming out into town right after the league-leading hitting team, South Bend. So you're right. We won't secure this one until the very last out.
Grassley, who took over from Aaron Jensen, delivers outside corner for a strike to Sean Rodriguez. Sean's been on twice, walked, was hit by a pitch, and also struck out. He'll lead things off here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Grassley, the small, diminutive right-hander, delivers outside, and it's 1-1. Go ahead, John.
Stephen went to Creighton, same school that Bob Gibson went to.
That's right. And Iowa baseball coach Jack John coached there as well. Had great success in Omaha. Slow curve going the other way with the Rodriguez, a line drive, and a running grab by Mike Wilson, who was on his horse to his left, and he made the put out. Tough luck there for Sean.
Carried out to Wilson, who came streaking in as you described it, Scott. Rodriguez has scored 2 of the Kernel runs, 2 of our 9. We're within a run of a Taco Bell 10 spot, and if that happens, you'll know about it because this crowd will go berserk.
Freddy's been on 3 times, couple of singles and a walk, and he slaps one foul to the left side and out of play. Freddy scored a couple runs as well. Steve Grassley, right-hander, 6 foot, 190-pounder from Shoreview, Minnesota, just up the road. Slow curve, swung on and lifted foul, and quickly Freddy's in the hole 0-2.
Graisley 2-0 with a 4.22 ERA. He's on for the 16th time out of the Wisconsin bullpen with that 2-0 record.
So it is Graisley. I beg your pardon.
No, that's...
I'm getting him confused with our senator.
Well, we joked about that before the game and checking pronunciations with Chris Marion, the voice of the Timber Rattlers, and we said, are you sure it's not like our great senator? And he said, no, he's more of a cow, a grazer. You know, Scott, one thing that Graisley does that Rick Sutcliffe used to do, he wraps that wrist.
Yep. Worked for the Red Baron, especially in '84. The 0-2 is hit on the ground to the first baseman. Hubbard off tough hop, picks it up, and tags the bag himself, and Sandoval is out number 2 here in the 6th. Well, listening to our Springhouse Family Restaurant trivia question, John brought back memories. Randy Johnson still getting it done with the Yankees, even though now in New York, every time he has a bad outing, you hear how he's done.
That he's decrepit.
And that he comes back right after that and throws about a 3-hit shutout.
Steve Smith knew that he had 2 19 strikeout games in '97.
There's a strike delivered to Aaron Peel. As we mentioned, Aaron, big home run in the second, a 3-run line drive shot into the Randy Keel Confidence Pavilion. Also a single, 4 RBIs tonight, and he also hit a little soft liner to the pitcher. Now, was that the year the Mariners made the terrific run in the playoffs?
That was '95.
Okay.
I believe, when they beat the Yankees?
Yeah. When Johnson pitched all the time, it seemed. The 1-1. Curve outside. 2 out, bases empty, 9-4 Kernels here in the bottom of the 6th.
You know what? I remember about a 19 strikeout performance. In 1969, Steve Carlton, then a Cardinal, whiffed 19 New York Mets, but lost 4-1 at Busch Stadium. Ron Swoboda hit 2 home runs.
Didn't whiff him. Slow curve, and another hit batsman, and that's 4 in this game, John, and that's not a good omen to start a 4-game series.
Well, I agree. However, I'd also have to say that the batter that Fernando Rodriguez hit and the 3 Kernels that have been struck, I think most of them have been lousy breaking pitches.
Yeah, that was a slow curve. It was no intent on it, but you don't want to get anything started.
No, never.
Michael Collins up 1 for 3.
Beanball wars should be a thing of the 60s, of the past.
There goes the runner. Pitch taken up high, throw to second, a good one, but late. sliding in with a stolen base, his 6th of the year, is Aaron Teal.
Scott, that's the Colonel 3rd stolen base of the evening. Casilla had one in the 1st, Rodriguez in the 4th, and now Aaron Teal here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
So runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Colonel's trying to get back up to that 6-run lead. It's 9-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Graisley from the belt. Right-hander from Minnesota looks back to second. Curve. Beautiful Uncle Charlie for a strike. He doesn't throw hard, Graisley, but he throws a lot of junk. Curveball, cutter, slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Look to second. The delivery. Line drive to right center field. That's going to get in the gap and going to go to the wall. 1 run in. That's Teal. Chugging to second. Collins. He'll be held up with an RBI double. And it's now 10-4. And, John, you got your Taco Bell 10 spot.
Yes, we do. A Taco Bell 10 spot. And that means tomorrow, throughout the day and evening, you can treat yourself to up to 10 beef tacos at any area Taco Bell's for just 39 cents. Ordinarily, they're 89 cents. And I can't wait for Dale Broad, our public address announcer. He'll probably do it at the end of this Colonel 6th inning to fill in the crowd about the Taco Bell 10 spot.
I know you're taking your mom tomorrow.
Oh, yes. We've already got lunch planned.
Warner Madrigal 0 for 3. Looks at a strike. 10-4 Colonels here in the bottom of the 6th. Nice to put a double digit on the scoreboard and under our column here. Pitch taken up high for a ball. And Warner is the only Colonel that has not reached base tonight. Couple flies to left and a foul pop to the first baseman. Here's the 1-1. That misses the corner, and it's 2-1 with the cutter. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trying to get you some Major League scores coming up here in just a little while. Some big games tonight on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Swing! Look out, everybody! The Madrigal lost the bat, went into the crowd. Luckily, though, it was not going real fast. I think everybody got out of the way.
Low-flying helicopter blade. Wow. Everybody's fine. Why the Colonel equipment managers over there, I cannot tell you. That aggravates me to no end, but somebody should get to keep that souvenir bat.
And Warner will get a new piece of lumber.
Man, you've got to let the crowd. Now, how did Collins get to third?
That ball, the pitch got by the catcher.
Thanks, Scott.
So 2 out, runner on at third. I think the catcher was as surprised as anybody. The 2-2 with 2 out and the man on. Curve, strike 3 call to Madrigal. And that'll do it for the Colonels here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Second strikeout of the night for Graisley. Colonels come up with another run on a hit batsman, and a double. And the Colonels leave a man on. They've left 5 on base through 6 at-bats. After 6 complete, it's the Colonels 10 and Wisconsin 4, and you're enjoying Colonel baseball here in the zone.
To make your landscaping dreams become a reality, see the experts at Keen's Material. Retaining walls, custom patios, walkways, and steps, Keen's Material has all the hardscape elements needed to complete your landscaping project. Need ideas? Visit Keen's Outdoor Display Area on 12th Avenue Southwest to see over 100 products showcased. Let your property reach its full potential with help from the experts at Keen's Material. Visit Keen's in Cedar Rapids, Coralville, and Eldridge, or on the web at keensmaterial.com.
Does this sound familiar? Let the dog out. Start the coffee. Hop in the shower. Ask yourself why you stayed up so late. Again. Look for that clean shirt. Get dressed. Make sure your socks match. Take a couple aspirin. Pick up the Gazette. Read In the Know for a quick look at the top local and national news. Look at your watch. Chug your coffee. Grab the Gazette as you run out the door. Hey, join the club. That's how a lot of us live today. 2 speeds. Fast and way too fast. Fortunately, the Gazette's ready when you are. At home or at work, during breakfast, or with lunch in the park. Get the news, sports, and entertaining information you need to keep pace.
You want to know what's happening? Check out the Gazette every Thursday to know where to go. From live music to movies to great deals on drinks and meals. The Gazette Weekend section is your place to go.
The Gazette. Now you know.
Taco Bell 10 spot. And here you go, John. The answer to your question, that fan is going to get to keep that bat.
That's only fair, Scott. You have an opportunity to turn a dangerous incident into a public relations positive, don't you?
Absolutely. And whoever, I'm not sure how they're going to divide that up, but, they're going to give it to a young fan. That's terrific. Rob Johnson, the catcher, 1 for 2, a walk, a double as well. Takes a look at a pair of pitches up high, and quickly it's 2-0. Good situation, John, right here with the Kernels up 10-4. They've out-hit Wisconsin 10-7. For Nick Touchstone to get some work, try to work on some mechanics, and get on the straight and narrow here.
Well, he's almost at a point where something has to give.
He's behind 3-0, and ball 4 way upstairs.
You know, I was talking with Bob Brooks earlier this spring about Billy Lehman and his trouble throwing strikes, and Billy was shipped back to extended spring training to get that confidence back. You never want to see a guy struggle like a Steve Blass or Nick Touchstone has a minor case of wildness, and I think Nick will come through it, but you just don't want to have that hanging over your head, that ability to throw strikes.
Here's a pitch to Mike Wilson, and it's ball 1 inside, so 5 straight bad ones to start the 7th inning. Well, and with Nick, I don't think it's mechanical and between the ears right now with Nick. He's just struggling a little bit. There's a strike.
Now Michael Collins is dashing in from first, and the other thing we have to bear in mind with Nick Touchstone, he's still learning how to work out of the bullpen. He's been a starter his career.
That's right.
That's not an excuse, but it is an adjustment.
It is an adjustment. 10-4 Kernels, 1 on, nobody out. The 1-1. And that's up high and away. Just to me, it looks as though that right now Nick has problems with his release point. It's in different areas, seems for each pitch. From the belt, the 2-1. That one better, and it's fouled away.
Thankfully, Los Angeles Angel roving pitching instructor Mike Butcher is on hand, and the guys really have high admiration of Mike Butcher's teaching ability.
As well they should. Former major leaguer. Look to first. Slow curve is up high, and it's 2-2.
Francisco Cordova, as Julia mentioned in the 6th inning, is up on his feet again in the 7th inning, a right-hander in the Kernel bullpen.
Here's the pitch, and it's golfed in the air to short right center. Giannotti coming on in a hurry, being called off by Madrigal, who will put it away. Throw to first, and they almost doubled up the runner, who was sleeping over there. Hey, there's been some base running gaps tonight.
A play that could have turned this entire game around was Tommy Duenas' throw to first to catch Mike Wilson napping. That ended the 5th inning. The Kernels at that point only led the game 9-4.
Matt Tuiasosopo in there, 1 for 3, scoring a run after he singled to right field. And he takes a look at a pitch downstairs for a ball. This guy's got some guns on him.
Big feet.
Big arms. The 1-0. And that's taken outside. Out goes Tommy Duenas. Well, you remember the last shortstop that had dimensions like Tuiasosopo in the Seattle organization.
Alex Rodriguez.
Never made it to Cedar Rapids, and we were all a little miffed when that happened back in, what was that, late 90s? He came up through
94. He was in Appleton.
Yeah, well, it's been that long already. And a week before, I think he was scheduled to come to Cedar Rapids, he got the call.
Directly to the big leagues, right?
Yep. Well deserved. The 2-0 with 1 on and 1 out. That's outside. Ball 3 to Matt Tuiasosopo. And, A-Rod's been pretty good. Well deserved. We still would have liked to seen him play. There's the strike at the letter.
We did get to see Nomar Garcia-Parra's younger brother, Michael Garcia-Parra, the last couple of seasons in this league, and he's still filling out. He's still growing.
3 balls, 1 strike, 10-4 Kernels. The pitch swung on, a foul tip. off the glove of Tommy Duenas. Tuiasosopo, 6'2", 210, and you think they'll keep him at shortstop?
I'm going to pose that question to Bobby Magallanes from a fan's perspective this Friday on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show.
Runner not going on the 3-2. Ground ball, right side base hit between first and second. Rounding second is the catcher Johnson. He'll put the brakes on right there, and it's 2 on, 1 out. Second single to right for Tuiasosopo.
And what you're alluding to, Scott, there's a term in baseball, and I know Troy Glaus, the heralded first-round pick of the Angels several years ago, now one of the league leaders in home runs with his new team, Arizona. They said Troy Glaus outgrew shortstop, and I'm going to ask Bobby Magallanes what that means. And that's what you're alluding to, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know how you outgrow shortstop, unless your feet get heavy on you.
Hubbard, left-handed batter against the left-handed pitcher. Takes a curveball that rides high. 10-4 Kernels. Tying run still a ways away, but Hubbard, if he can get a hold of one, would bring the Rattlers within 3. Another slow curve. That one taken for a strike. That was the best curve of the night.
Yes, it buckled the knees of the left-handed batter, Marshall Hubbard, and that's the Nick Touchstone curveball we hope we see often now.
Short lead at second by Johnson. Tuiasosopo not being held on. The 1-1. Fastball, Steve right called on the outside corner. Nick ahead 1-2. With Young Chi Chen on deck, the Taiwanese third baseman. The left-hander looks to second. From the belt, delivers. Curve, tapped up the first base line. Collins will take it at fair ground right at the bag for the out, and the runners will advance.
Terrific decision by Michael Collins. He knows that Nick Touchstone needs outs right now. And even though those runners moved up, Collins standing right on top of the base, that ball almost hooked foul.
Made a right decision and a good play. Now, Young Chi Chen. 1 for 3. A single sandwiched around a pair of pop-outs. 10-4 Kernels, top of the 7th inning. Pitch in the dirt, and a nice block by Tommy Duenas. Tommy has really improved that facet of his game.
Just by light years, Scott. He's playing like a leader back there, and he's doing so many things to help this ball club defensively, and now he's starting to hit a little bit,
which is good to see. Swing and a miss on a good changeup. Chen was way out in front of that one. Brandon Green on deck. Tell you, there have been only one Kernel and one Timber Rattler that have not reached base tonight. We got one of those games, John.
We've been spoiled this whole spring. We've been clipping along at 2 hours and 30 minutes every night.
Well, we're going to sail by that one. It's already been 2 hours and roughly, what?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. 1 ball, 2 strikes delivery. Swing and a miss. And Chen is down. Nick Touchstone gets out of it. And a good job by Nick here in the top of the 7th inning. No runs, a hit, a walk, nobody, or make that 2 left on base. 7th inning stretch time here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And after 6.5, Kernels 10, Wisconsin 4. You're listening to Kernel Baseball here in the Zone.
Have you heard the great news? Mediacom has stepped to the plate to give girls and boys the chance to do cool stuff with the Kernels and at the stadium. As a member of the Mediacom Little Sluggers, you'll get to have an autograph session with the Kernels, take a tour of the stadium, watch a movie from the outfield grass, take batting practice with the Kernels, and participate in a story time with the players. Join the fun of the Mediacom Little Sluggers by registering online at Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' newest full-service landscaping center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowa wholesalers for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. Along with their garden center and brand new floral shop, Cedar Rapids Greenhouses offers a full selection of landscaping products and services. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home improvement efforts. They will work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. If you want to do it yourself, walk through their expansive 4-acre in-town location and choose from a wide variety of trees, shrubs, or blooming plants. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of annuals, perennials, and a variety of magnolias, maples, and lilacs. For the highest quality and wholesale prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's newest garden center, floral shop, and full-service landscapers, corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Roads Northwest.
Well, the crowd enjoying the 7th inning stretch here at Vet Stadium. And why not? Kernels with the Taco Bell 10 spot. They lead at 10-4 as Tommy Duena strides to the plate. And Tommy, right-handed hitter, 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch, has scored a run tonight as well. Kernels with 1 in the first, a big 6th spot in the second, 2 more in the 4th, and 1 more, a single run in the 6th inning. A lot of few crooked numbers up there, John.
That big 6th spot in the 2nd inning.
Swing and a miss. Graysley fooled Tommy that time with a slider. We haven't seen many 6s this year.
Not for our side.
Not for our side.
Few big innings against us.
Jordan Wren's on deck for the Kernels. They lead at 10-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll have to see if Nick Touchstone will come out. Here's a one hopper to the first baseman as Tommy was jammed, went the other way, and Hubbard will take it to the bag himself for the out.
Physicians Clinic of Iowa, the proud health care provider of the Kernels, provides you with our injury report. Frederick Deloiza-Gacarni had good news. He's sidelined with a strained right hip, and he said he will throw a simulated game tomorrow.
Good news there. Swing and a miss by Jordan Wren's, the DH, 1 for 3. He's scored a run. Tell you, this right-hander, Steve Graysley, good stuff. Won't overpower you, but gets the job done. Here's a little pop-up behind first, and right at the edge of the dirt, Hubbard will take it for the second out.
Scott, you're right. So far, Graysley has given the Kernels just 1 run on only 1 hit, and he took over in the 5th inning.
And 2 2/3 so far. Again, Francisco Cordova warming up, and I think we might see him coming in here. We'll have to see. And base is empty, 2 out. And number 9 hitting Richard Giannotti takes a look at a strike at the letter. Richard, he's a big part of that 6-run 2nd inning. Had a 2-run double down the right field line that got by Marshall Hubbard. Swing and a miss, and Richard's in the hole 0-2. All the Kernels, except for Michael Collins, have been fooled by Graysley. 10-4 Cedar Rapids here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 out, base is empty. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away from the catcher, not very far though, and he'll throw down the first for the out. And that will do it for the Kernels here. Strikeout number 3 and a 2-3 put out as Kernels go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll head to the 8th. Kernels 10, Wisconsin 4, and you're enjoying Kernel baseball right here in the zone.
It's Greeny and Golick.
My kids' favorite song in the world is the song YMCA. So I go to Barnes & Noble when I come across the Village People's Greatest Hits. Okay. So I walk up to pay. And so I'm standing there online. Yeah. And some guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, you're Greeny." Uh-huh. And he said, "Hey, what's up with Golick?" Whatever, chat's making a little nice conversation. And he says to me, "What are you buying?" Oh, no. And all of a sudden I realize what I'm buying. What you have in your hand that you now have to show this guy. So I hold it up. It's the best of the Village People. The look on this guy's face was classic. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, my God. Everything they say about you is absolutely right. Gang, we've been trying to tell you. This ain't an act."
It's Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio.
Now you can say Go Hawks with authentic Hawkeye merchandise from the official Iowa Hawk Shop. You can shop online anytime at www.hawkshop.com or stop by one of our stores in the Iowa City Coralville area. Our main store on Highway 6 in Coralville is open 7 days a week. We have the latest styles available and sizes to fit just about everyone, including Nike sideline apparel. When you shop the official Iowa Hawk Shop, all your purchases help support University of Iowa athletic and student programs. Shop online at www.hawkshop.com or call 1-800-HAWK-SHOP. Go Hawks!
Well, welcome back to the Kernels version of American Idol. The Director of Entertainment, Josh Booth, celebrating a birthday tonight, John.
And his pep squad is giving him the business in a fun way. They're singing happy birthday to him. Josh and Mr. Shucks gives him a big bear hug.
How about that?
I'll tell you what, Scott. Josh took over, and we come away from our retreat at Spring Green, Wisconsin each year with a number of ideas that we think can enhance the fan experience here at the ballpark. And one of them was to create a pep team or a pep squad, the same people every night who have energy. And Josh did a marvelous job. 90% of the success of any organization is determined by who they hire, and Josh did a rigorous screening process to get some great young gals in here who just love being here every night, and I think they're special kids.
Absolutely. How old's Josh?
Josh, I think, is 24, but I'd have to check.
Swing and a foul tip by Brandon Green, the DH, leading things off in the 8th inning against the brand-new hurler for the Kernels, John. Francisco Cordova takes over for Nick Touchstone. The 0-1 is up high for a ball.
Francisco's coming off 2 terrific outings. He was a winner here last Saturday, the 21st of May. He beat the West Michigan Whitecaps out of the bullpen and pitched Friday.
And here's a line shot the other way that will land foul up against the tarp. Foul ball. And a long strike, and it's 1-2.
Francisco pitched very well Friday in the Kernel series opening win against Eastern Division leading South Bend. He went 2 1/3, didn't give the Silverhawks a run, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no walks. He's pitching with a lot of confidence. Nick Touchstone, 2 innings twirled out of the Kernel bullpen. He gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, struck out 1, walked 3.
Cordova 1-1, 3.63 ERA, looking for his first save of the year. The 1-2. A high fly ball to short left. Late jump by Peel, now comes in and settles underneath it for the out.
Scott, that sky is almost a dark blue bordering on a purple, and you're right, Aaron didn't see it real well at first.
Yep, got a late jump, but plenty of time as that was a major league fly ball. I'll bring up Sebastian Boucher from Ottawa. You would think he's from Montreal, John.
I thought he was from Quebec, but let's double check. He's from the province of Ottawa, you said.
Am I right?
Well, no, he's from Quebec.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I was looking at the wrong guy.
Wait, he lives in Ottawa, Ontario. He was born in Quebec.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. He went to school in Miami at Bethune-Cookman.
Okay. Try to figure that one out, sports fans. 1 out of 2. Was hit by a pitch. Did come up with a 2-run double. And 1 ball, 1 strike.
God, excuse me. We have so many Floridians listening. I want to correct something. Bethune-Cookman's in Daytona, not Miami. Big difference.
Big difference.
And they'll tell you that.
2 balls, 1 strike. To Boucher, and he lifts one foul into the netting. 2-2. Kernels looking for win number 21, I beg your pardon.
And Taco Bell 10, spot number 3 of the season, is on the board. 10-4 Kernels.
10-14, the Kernels' home record. We got to improve that. Here's a little blooper to short center, and coming on, Giannotti will make the running grab. Richard Annie played pretty well right there, John, and quickly 2 out for Francisco Cordova. Not a safe situation right here for Francisco.
Well, let's keep it that way.
Top of the order, Asdrúbal Cabrera walked a couple times to go along with a pair of flies to center. 338 hitter, and he slaps one that's going to curl fouled on the left field line.
Remember, tomorrow at all Cedar Rapids area Taco Bells throughout the day and evening, you can step right up to the counter or through the drive-through window and say, I want a Taco Bell 10 spot, and you'll get up to 10 beef tacos for just 39 cents. Ordinarily, they're 89 cents at Taco Bell.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed by Cabrera. Interesting leadoff guy, John. Guy that gets on base a lot, has some power. Doesn't steal bases, though.
0 for 5 in that department. So you're right, he's not prototypical.
Here's the 0-2 with the bases empty. He reaches out and hits one foul the other way. 0-2, 2 out, nobody on. And a new batch of baseballs coming out.
Boy, how do you feel if you're the Rockies? How do you let a guy like Juan Pierre get away?
Who?
He wasn't happy in Denver.
Well, you got obviously Coors Field. Which plays a lot into it.
Yep, I've said it, I'll say it again. They play something there, but it's not baseball.
The 0-2 is flat pretty good to center field. Giannotti going back on it. Plenty of room for Richard, and he'll put it away. With about 10 steps to go before the warning track. A 1-2-3 inning for Colonel reliever Francisco Cordoba. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And John will be back with the call because I took an extra half inning away from you, John.
No, you did not, my friend. No, you did not.
You don't went so quick that we didn't know about it.
I'm so grateful, Scott, that you're here tonight, and I know this is just the third time you've been able to come out, but it's great to have you here.
10-4, Kernels lead Wisconsin. Back with the bottom of the 8th here. After this, you're in the zone.
1 hour photo, speed dating, DSL for your computer. Everyone's in a hurry these days. Your professional Pekin insurance agent, Scott Draper of Sheets Forest Draper and Marion, doesn't hurry when it comes to helping you with your insurance needs. Scott will gladly sit down with you and outline a solid insurance program just right for you and your budget. Auto, home, business, life, and health. Scott Draper, your hometown Pekin insurance professional in Marion, will give you the responsive, personal, unhurried service you deserve.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. The Guide, your entertainment starting point, and your Coca-Cola Bottling Company invite you to choose the best lunch spot in CR. And the challengers are Brick's Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Flophouse and Saloon, Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill, CJ Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, Third on First Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Zaza's Clarion Hotel. Eat, then vote for your favorite establishment, and you could win a trip to Vegas on a Legion Air. Your official entry form is in the Guide. Look for details in your mail or the Wednesday Gazette. Complete rules online at thezone1600.com. Join the Zone and the Guide on our 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, presented by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Because a man's gotta eat, don't he?
Top of the order for the Kernels to greet another right-hander, a new pitcher for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and a little looper off the end of the stick. It may fall. The shortstop backpedaling, and what an athletic play turned in by Matt Tuiasosopo in shallow left, Scott. He took a hit away from Alexi Casilla.
Well, like we said earlier, I bet he's, he was a quarterback in college or in high school as well, a prep All-American quarterback. I got to imagine, though, a lot of his time was spent catching passes from Marcus.
Well, the new pitcher is Ivan Blanco, and Scott, the relief pitcher, Stephen Grazley, was very impressive.
Yes, he was. Went 3 innings, gave up only 1 hit and 1 run, struck out 3, did not walk anyone, hit 2 people, though. Blanco, only his 3rd appearance as a Timber Rattler, does not have an ERA, is 1-0. Pitched 3 innings, given up only 1 hit, has walked 2 and struck out 2.
And he's fallen behind Sean Rodriguez 2-0. Sean has scored 2 of the Colonel's 10 runs. A high towering pop-up down the left field, now third base line. The third baseman leaning over the railing of the grass slope seating berm, and it's out of play. Strike 1 to Sean Rodriguez.
Youngster got it on the first hop. That's always good to see.
Those kids have been busy all night. So have the kids down the right field line in the Papa John's Plaza. Most of them are still here because they get to run the bases following the action this evening. Thanks to Velocity Sports Performance and St. Luke's. 2-1 to Sean Rodriguez. Hit by a pitch in the Colonel's 6-run second and scored. Now he drives one straight back of the plate. Coming back is Rob Johnson, and that one's up 5 rows behind home plate. Gary Shubat, State Farm Insurance agent Gary Shubat, in a T-shirt and shorts. Gary looks comfortable down there, doesn't he, Scott?
I haven't spotted him yet.
He's in the 6th row of the premier seats 2 seats from the railing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
His wife is in that orange pullover jacket.
There you go.
Swing and a miss, but the ball gets by the catcher, and that'll be a strikeout, and Rodriguez reaches on a wild pitch, I suppose, by Ivan Blanco.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what it will be ruled, but, yeah, I think that did catch some dirt.
1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th, and the Kernels have a Taco Bell 10 spot on the board, lead at 10-4. Scott, I've been to Safeco Field. My sister lives in Denver, and I thought it would be fun to pose 2 rather incredulous facts about Safeco Field. Our Colonel Did You Know question. Here's a check swing on a pitch in the dirt, and Sandoval went around, but the ball got by the catcher, Rob Johnson, and down to second into scoring position goes Sean Rodriguez. That's another wild pitch. Have you ever heard of the term cost overrun?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Safeco Field had something beyond that.
More than a cost overrun. Did you know? And we'll tell you after this pitch. We'll keep you in suspense here.
Sandoval 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI, takes strike 2 on the outside edge.
Did you know that Seattle's Safeco Field cost more to build than any stadium in Major League history? $500 million, which was $100 million over the original budget.
Is that all?
That's all.
The 0-2 is low, ball 1. I've been out there, Scott. It is a sight to behold, but the citizens of King County, some of the most liberal thinking in the country, still had a tough time swallowing that cost overrun of $100 million.
I think anybody would. It has a retractable roof, of course.
The 1-2, and that's a story in itself. They close that roof no matter what after every Mariner home game, and they tell me that at least 30% of the crowd every night stays till the end of the game just to see the roof close.
Well, I would once at least.
Sure, it's an engineering feat of great magnitude. The 2-2 to Freddy. Ground ball, base hit right field. Rounding third is Sean Rodriguez, and he'll score to make it 11-4. What a night for Freddy Sandoval. Freddy has his 3rd hit and his 2nd RBI, and he chases home Sean Rodriguez to make it 11-4 Kernels here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
What I like is that he's hit a couple to right field, he's hit one to left field, John. He just goes with the pitch better than any Kernel hitter on this team.
And he's up to 29 runs driven in. Freddie has been, I think, our best overall consistent player. We've had guys get hot like Toussaint and Peel, but from April 6th to now, Freddie's been the best.
You don't know how the All-Star situation is going to work, and they're going to give a strikeout and a wild pitch to get Rodriguez to first, and then a pass ball that moved him to second, John.
Yes, a pass ball to get him to second, and he scored on Sandoval's 3rd hit of the game. Aaron Peel looks at a strike from right-hander Ivan Blanco from Venezuela. Swing and a miss. There was some gas from the right-hander.
You never know how it's going to work when you're in last place for the All-Star selections, but, boy, Freddy Sandoval should be an All-Star.
Undoubtedly.
And Aaron Peel might be, too.
Yes. And Billy Edwards would have been until his promotion last night. A ground ball wrapped to short, and Tuiasosopo to second one. The second baseman Cabrera to first for the double play to end the inning. Aaron Peel wraps into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Scott will have part B to our Did You Know question about the naming rights deal for Safeco Field in Seattle. 1 run in the 8th for the Kernels on 1 hit. There were no errors committed by the visitors, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. A Taco Bell 10 spot on the board after 8. Kernels 11. Western Division leading Wisconsin 4. You're enjoying Kernel baseball here in the zone.
Ah, springtime. That time of year when your heating system still runs some, but it's also a time when your air conditioning may be running too. Who do you call when either of them fail? Well, never fear. The A-Team is here. The A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating can inspect and ensure that your heating and cooling system is ready to go when you need it. 24 hours a day, call the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. 393-4872. That's 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
I live for you. I feed your cats. I fold your undies at the laundromat. Unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, which things get bad. I'll shave my soul patch before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck too strategically high. My statue
With three-time Iowa Sportscaster of the Year Scott Unash, John Rogers reporting from Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Kernels carry a Taco Bell 10-spot 11-4 lead into the top of the ninth inning. Francisco Cordova pitched a spotless eighth inning, and now little Miguel González, pawing away at the rubber, is pitching in the ninth, Scott.
The wee one, 6 foot, 165-pounder from San Fernando, California.
He fires high and away, ball one to Josh Womack. Womack is 0-for-3. He put the visitors on the board in the third inning with a bases-loaded sacrifice fly. It made it 6-1 Kernels. Womack, a left-handed hitter, looks at a strike called from Miguel González. He is slightly built and went to Los Angeles Mission Community College.
Third appearance, no record, an ERA of 9 so far.
Swatting the next pitch foul just to our left for strike two is Womack. It's the numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters batting for the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers here in the top of the ninth inning, 11-4 Kernels. Swing and a miss. Miguel González took something off of it and had Josh Womack way out in front.
We mentioned the other part of our Did You Know, John, and we'll throw that to the folks right now, that did you know it cost the insurance company Safeco $40 million to buy the naming rights?
I guess they were aiming for top-of-mind awareness.
Yeah.
They sure get it with the media reporting all over the Puget Sound area, plus nationwide, that the Mariners play at Safeco Field. Yes, is $40 million an exorbitant amount to pay to have a stadium named after you? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Obviously, Safeco thought it was a valuable part of their marketing strategy.
That's a lot of change.
Yeah, but if you get a lot of business from it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But it is a big amount, you're right. 0-2 to the batter, and just missing low to Rob Johnson is Miguel González. Scott, good news on the attendance front.
Yeah, 1,541 on hand tonight. And they need to see 2 more outs.
Swing and a miss. Now just 1 more out to go as Rob Johnson falls prey to a Miguel González change-up. And if the Kernels hang on here in the ninth, it will be the first win since April 13th for a very deserving Fernando Rodriguez.
Yeah, and boy, he pitched very well tonight in his 5 innings.
Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. Muscle man Mike Wilson takes a strike from Miguel González. 11-4 Kernels, top of the ninth inning. The 0-1, low for a ball. That Colonel Pep squad that we talked about just a few moments ago that sang happy birthday to entertainment director Josh Boots, they're whooping it up with those tried and true thunder sticks.
Ah, yes.
The rage of the 2002 world champion Anaheim Angels. Strike 2, a blistering fastball on the outside edge, and now Miguel González will try to finish this off with a bang. Can he strike out the side? Look out, a 1-2 pitch is ripped foul on the ground down into the left field corner by Mike Wilson.
Wilson got the head of the bat out on that one. 1 more strike.
Or 1 more out would send the Kernels to a series opening win here tonight. It's 11-4, a Taco Bell 10 spot for the Kernels. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Miguel González fans the side in the top of the ninth inning and helps the Kernels lock down an 11-4 trouncing of the division-leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Scott and I will have the totals, highlights, and more as part of the Colonel Curtain Call coming up next. 11-4 Kernels. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
And it is done. We attack at lunch.
No, they will expect that. We attack at dinner too.
Excellent. They will never expect a second wave of warriors.
We must prepare.
They will be waiting.
With fresh meat and vegetables on a large table.
And we will be swift in our actions.
Choosing only the finest of their offerings.
Piling them high in a bowl.
Then cooking them fast on a sizzling grill.
And then we eat.
Gaze upon your fresh meat and vegetables for the final time.
The attack will be successful, and we will be satisfied.
The plan is done.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, Valerie. Yeah, we're just getting ready for lunch at Genghis Grill. You want to go?
Yes, to Genghis Grill. Probably no to you two.
Okay.
She is a spy.
and not nearly as hot as she thinks she is.
Fresh food attack!
Genghis Grill, where Edgewood Road meets Williams Boulevard in Cedar Rapids, next to Gander Mountain.
Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
For nearly 50 years, Advanced Systems has been providing office technology solutions. Whether you're looking for a simple multifunctional system or a complex software program, Advanced Systems is your solutions provider. We're continuing to build upon our tradition of providing outstanding service to each and every client.
Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
Time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
The kids from Truman and Hoover Elementary Schools are dashing around the bases thanks to Velocity Sports Performance in St. Luke's. They were treated to a wonderful exhibition of baseball here this evening. Scott Unash with our game recap. And Scott, it was Joaquin Andujar, the former Cardinal, who made a prophetic statement. He said, the one thing about baseball that you know is that you never know. And we knocked off a good club here tonight.
Yeah, we did, and a good hitting club as the Kernels win it here tonight by a final score of 11-4. And take a look at the highlights of this one here tonight. Kernels jumped out early with one run in the bottom of the first inning. Alexi Casilla led it off with a single, stole second base, first of three singles by the Kernels tonight. Freddy Sandoval then put him over to third, and then Casilla came home on a pass ball to make it 1-0. Kernels put it away, though, in the second inning when they batted around. Tommy Duenas, after one was out, got on a single. Jordan Renz then singled. Richard Giannotti then came through with a two-run double down the right field line, and that put the Kernels up 3-0. Giannotti, on a fielder's choice, was then thrown out at the plate on a controversial play. Casilla reached on the fielder's choice. Sean Rodriguez was then hit by a pitch. Freddy Sandoval came through with an RBI single to right. The first of the two RBIs tonight, and 3 hits for Freddy Sandoval. And then Aaron Peel with a 3-run line drive home run over the left field wall, rounded out the scoring in the second inning. And from there on, the Kernels turned it over to pretty good pitching and good fielding. They did not make an error tonight. After the Kernels led it 7-0, Wisconsin came back with single runs in the third and fourth. Kernels counteracted that with a pair in the bottom of the fourth inning. Richard Giannotti with a fly ball to left field. Casilla grounded out to first, and a 2-out rally. Sean Rodriguez walked. Freddy Sandoval walked after Rodriguez stole second base. Aaron Peel came through with an RBI single to center, his 4th RBI of the game, and then Michael Collins on a weird play, an infield single. Chopper brought home the second run of the inning with Sandoval, and then Peel was caught off of second base and was tagged out. But from then on, the Kernels were really never headed in this one, as they led at that point 9-2, and they go on to win it 11-4 this evening. 3 hits, a couple of RBIs for Freddy Sandoval. Aaron Peel had a home run, 4 RBIs, reached base 3 times. And a very productive night for the Kernels. Richard Giannotti came through with a 2-run double, like we mentioned, in the second inning, as the Kernels win their 21st game of the year. Final line score in this one for Cedar Rapids, 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 5 on board. For Wisconsin, 4 runs, 8 hits, an error, and 9 left on base. Congratulations, Francisco Rodriguez. First win since April 13th, as Francisco went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, and struck out 3, gave up only 2 runs. He goes to 2-3 on the year. Kernels got relief pitching from Nick Touchstone, Francisco Cordova, and also from Miguel González. They all went combined 4 innings and only gave up 2 runs. The starter and loser tonight for Wisconsin was Aaron Jensen. He drops to 3 and 5. Time of the game, 2 hours, 41 minutes, and we had 1,541 here tonight at Vet Stadium, John.
Scott, thank you so much. That's segment 1 of the Colonel Curtain Call, a Taco Bell 10 spot, 11-4 Kernels. Remember, you can cash in tomorrow by stopping into any area Cedar Rapids any Cedar Rapids area Taco Bells and order up to 10 beef tacos for just 39 cents. Ordinarily, those tacos are 89 cents, so it's a savings of 50 cents per taco all day tomorrow and tomorrow evening. And Scott, what a touching scene. Velocity Sports Performance and St. Luke's sponsors run the bases, and Colonel Manager Bobby Magianis is out there with his little princess girl.
Oh, she's a cutie. I gotta give out a big apology. It's Fernando Rodriguez. I think I've called him Francisco about 100 times tonight.
You're not the first, and you won't be the last. And his parents are so caring and understanding down in El Paso. I know that they're going to bear with us because I've done it too many times to count, Scott.
So the Rodriguezes in El Paso, give me a pass on that one. Fernando pitched his heart out tonight and did a great job to go to 2-3.
Yes, he did. And up next here on the Colonel Curtain Call, we'll enjoy one of Scott's calls and the Colonel's 6-run second inning. It'll be our Access Direct play of the game. It follows this here in the zone.
All across eastern Iowa, more and more people hear this sound at the scene of breaking news. Newscopter 9, bringing you the news anywhere, anytime. Newscopter 9 has the speed and mobility to be on the scene of breaking news in minutes, bringing you live reports with its exclusive bird's-eye view of the story as it unfolds. Newscopter 9, taking news coverage to new heights, only from your 24-hour news source, KCRG TV 9.
Race fans want the inside scoop on what's going on in the world of IMCA racing? Listen each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for In the Pits from the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. John and Jr. take you around the Midwest and the country with the latest news, results, and interviews with the nation's top drivers.
Hi, I'm Doug Thompson of the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. I hope you get a chance to catch John and Jr. and In the Pits every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. from KCRG 1600 AM, The Zone from Cedar Rapids.
The Kernels out-hit division-leading Wisconsin 11-8, post a Taco Bell 10 spot, and whipping the division-leading Timber Rattlers 11-4. And on this beautiful Tuesday evening, Access Direct is proud to bring us the Access Direct play of the game. Access Direct is home to marvelous benefits: medical, dental, vision insurance, 6 paid holidays per year, a 401k savings plan, and best of all, Access Direct provides a fun, uplifting, friendly atmosphere in which to work, a casual dress code to boot. They're undergoing a hiring initiative right now at Access Direct, and that hiring initiative means career opportunities for you. Access Direct is looking for team players. Log on to their website at www.accdir.com. That's www.accdir.com, or call Access Direct to join their team, 261-0260. With the Kernels ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the second, Tommy Duenas and Jordan Wren singled with 1 out, and that brought in Richard Giannotti. Here's our Access Direct play of the game.
Short lead at second by Duenas. The 1-2. Here's the line drive. One hopper off the glove of Hubbard behind the bag at third. Surrounding third, Duenas still score. Ball goes into the corner. Bobby Magianis will wave home. Reds, there's the throw. That is time. Reds slides in safely, and it's 3-0 Kernels as Richard Giannotti will end up all the way around to third base.
That's Scott Unash with our Access Direct play of the game. Richard Giannotti clubbing a 2-run double past first baseman Marshall Hubbard into the right field corner, and it scored a pair, Duenas and Renz, to make it 3-0 Kernels in the bottom of the second inning. Aaron Peel with Freddy Sandoval, who had a 3-hit night and 2 RBI performance, would single in a run later in the inning, and Aaron Peel capped it all off with a 3-run blast. The Kernels led 7-0 after 2 innings and cruised home to a Taco Bell 10 spot 11-4 victory over Wisconsin. Well, Scott Unash, before we turn it over to Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen for a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, thank you once again. This was so refreshing to team up with you again because it's been a while.
Has been a while. Hopefully we'll make it out. Well, we haven't had a lot of home games in the early part of the season, so we'll try to make it out a few more times coming up here. You got a long road trip, I know, so see what happens when you get back.
Scott, thank you so much. A final timeout from the ballpark where the Kernels stomped Wisconsin 11-4 in the series opener. Up next is the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
With graduations and weddings upon us, you may be giving or receiving gifts and presents. Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling reminds you that they do not accept gift wrapping paper in your blue curbside recycling box. Instead, try to recycle by reusing old gift paper. Since wrapping paper should not be put in your blue curbside recycling box, you can throw it away in your garbage if you don't reuse it. Enjoy gift giving this season, but remember that gift wrapping paper is not recyclable.
Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction is guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Come and visit one of our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Please call 378-1221. Hometown Restyling. There's no place like home.
Colonel Curtain call. The Kernels celebrating a Taco Bell 10 spot with an 11-4 dismantling of the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And we have a full slate of games to report on following Memorial Day weekend, our final day of May. Kernel broadcast assistant Julia Jansen thanks to State Farm insurance agents Gary Schubat, who is here tonight, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Lanny Peterson with the State Farm Major League Scoreboard.
Lots of games today, John. We'll start in the American League over at Fenway. Boston whipped Baltimore 5-1 over at Commerca Park in Detroit. Texas derailed Detroit 8-2. In progress right now at U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are trailing to the Chicago White Sox 4-3. Over at the Metrodome, Cleveland is ahead of Minnesota 4-3, and they're in the bottom of the ninth. The Kansas City Royals are on top of the New York Yankees 5-3. They're in the bottom of the seventh right now. Oakland and Tampa Bay just got started, and over at the stadium with a $40 million naming rights, Safeco Field, Toronto is crushing Seattle 5-0 in the first inning.
Okay, Julia, we're going to backtrack for just a moment because you've done a fabulous job. There is a lot of interest in that White Sox-Angel game at U.S. Cellular Field. 4-3 White Sox. What inning are they in?
They're in the top of the eighth probably right now.
Okay.
Then we'll turn over to the National League at RFK Stadium. Washington edged Atlanta 5-4. Over in Pittsburgh, the Pirates trimmed Florida 5-4 at Citizens Bank Park. Philadelphia tamed San Francisco 5-2. Over at Shea Stadium in New York, the Mets were clobbered by Arizona 7-0. Houston leads Cincinnati 4-3 in the bottom of the eighth. Over in Coors Field, Colorado has knocked a 2-0 lead against your St. Louis Cardinals. They're in the top of the fifth over there. At Petco Park, Milwaukee and San Diego have just started. They're in the first inning. And over at Dodger Stadium, the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers are underway in the first. Something to listen to on the drive home.
That's right, the Cubs and Dodgers at Chavez Ravine. Julia, thank you so much for the State Farm Major League Scoreboard, brought to us for the 10th year in a row by State Farm insurance agent Lanny Peterson. Dale Thompson, Gary Schubat, and Al Shetler. And Julia, you're such a great listener. I have longed for another Taco Bell 10 spot. The Kernels achieved it here tonight with an 11-4 win over the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And again, what can folks do all day and all evening tomorrow at Cedar Rapids area Taco Bell?
Drive in or walk in and say, I'd like the Taco Bell 10 spot, and they get up to 10 tacos or
beef tacos.
Beef tacos for 39 cents instead of 89 cents.
That's a whopping savings of 50 cents per taco. And I know what's going to be the bill of fare tomorrow in the Kernel Clubhouse. There'll be tacos galore. And won't you join Taco Bell, or won't you accept this very exciting offer from them tomorrow and tomorrow evening? As Julia said, just mention the words Taco Bell 10 spot and order up to 10 of those beef tacos for 50 cents off the regular price. Rather than 89 cents, they are an astounding value, 39 cents at Taco Bell. 11-4 Kernels. The 8-game homestand record is 2 wins and 3 losses. We'll play tomorrow. Now, this is an important programming note, and I'm glad Scott Unash reminded me of it. We are now shifting to a 7 o'clock start, so that means 6:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play show. 6:40 for the first time this season at home. We start at 7 o'clock because we're turning the calendar page and heading into that marvelous month of June. For Sportscaster of the Year, Scott Unash, and Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen, I'm John Rogers. All three of us would like to thank in-studio engineer Craig for his marvelous work down in the zone. Taco Bell 10 spot, Kernels 11, drubbing Wisconsin. They had 4. 11-4 Kernels. So long from Veterans Memorial Stadium. This has been Colonel Baseball in the zone.